Chapter 1761. He is Lin Mo, the human race is Lin Mo. Lin Mo's heavy brows relaxed, and he was finally relieved. Zhu Qiwu was fine, he sat cross-legged, with a barrier outside. He was trapped in the barrier. Outside the barrier, 6 peak divine venerables of the demon race were continuously providing power to the barrier, maintaining the stability of the barrier. In addition to the 6 divine venerables of the demon race, including the first Golden Eagle clan divine venerable who rushed out, there were 6 others. A total of 12 peak divine venerables, from the demon race, Golden Eagle clan, Black Stone clan, and Buddhist clan respectively. Among them, 6 from the demon race, 4 from the Golden Eagle clan, and 1 each from the Black Stone clan and the Buddhist clan. Lin Mo frowned slightly, and softly muttered, "Buddhist clan, it's the Buddhist clan again." Except for the Buddhist clan, everyone present had grudges with the human race. The Buddhist clan has always claimed to be neutral, and has no grudges with any race, but their actual practices are not like that. The 15 divine venerables saw Lin Mo at the same time, and were slightly stunned. They thought the human race's reinforcements had arrived, and were already preparing for a big battle. But they never expected that only one person would come, and it was just a divine king. Although he brought many divine venerable realm puppets, they were only second-rank divine venerable puppets, and no matter how many there were, they wouldn't be of much use. The demon race divine venerable looked at Lin Mo, feeling that he seemed a bit familiar. The Golden Eagle clan divine venerable looked at Lin Mo, and in the next moment, their eyes blazed with anger, and they shouted sternly, "How dare you use our clan's divine venerable as a mount?" Lin Mo smiled, "I have to say, it's quite useful, but the realm is a bit low, and the speed is not fast enough. I think you're not bad, why don't you come and be my mount? A peak divine venerable should fly faster than this trash, right?" Lin Mo's nonchalant tone made the Golden Eagle clan divine venerable feel extremely humiliated. To actually use them as mounts, this human race divine king in front of them truly deserved to die. "You deserve to die." Several Golden Eagle clan divine venerables simultaneously attacked Lin Mo. This kind of thing was an unbearable insult to them. Their speed was astonishingly fast, drawing 4 golden lines in the starry sky, and they arrived in front of Lin Mo almost instantly. Lin Mo didn't panic, took out the golden sword. With a thought, he activated the golden sword, and waved it gently. The golden sword bloomed with golden light, and the power of rules flew out from it, forming a golden shield. Bang! The 4 Golden Eagle clan divine venerables attacked at the same time, transforming into golden claws and bombarding the shield. The shield remained motionless, but the 4 of them were sent flying. After the golden sword was transformed by Heavenly Venerable, the power of rules contained within was extremely powerful. The 4 peak divine venerables of the Golden Eagle clan who were sent flying fully stabilized their bodies, they gritted their teeth, a beyond realm rule magic treasure. How could you, a divine king, possibly activate the power of rules? Who exactly are you? Lin Mo naturally wouldn't answer them, he smiled to himself, the effect is good. Saying that, he patted his mount under his feet with the golden sword. "Go, follow me into battle, make a terrifying sound, scare them to death." The mount was very obedient, let out a sharp cry, and rushed out with a whoosh. The golden shield flew over and surrounded Lin Mo, turning into Lin Mo's armor. Lin Mo was like a general going into battle, raising his sword and charging. But his appearance further stimulated the 4 peak divine venerables of the Golden Eagle clan. Especially the sentence, "make a terrifying sound," it was the ultimate insult. The mount really cooperated and made a sound, more like a slap in the face, heavily slapping them in the face. At the level of peak divine venerable, face becomes extremely important. Their anger was beyond words, the 4 of them simultaneously took out their weapons, cast spells, vowing to kill Lin Mo. The river of laws was brilliant, the golden streamers illuminated the starry sky, and golden lights came from all directions, enveloping Lin Mo. The golden shield sparkled, spinning rapidly creating countless phantoms, blocking the golden light. Lin Mo directly killed over, the golden sword waved. A huge golden sword appeared in the starry sky, the sword shattered the spells of the Golden Eagle clan's peak divine venerable, and killed towards the 4. The golden sword carried the power of rules, tearing apart the void, extremely powerful. The 4 people's faces changed greatly, and at the same time they manipulated spells, 10,000 golden lights hit the golden sword. Under the bombardment of countless golden lights, the golden sword only paused for a moment. Even the peak divine venerable is so weak when encountering the power of the rules of the Holy Venerable. The four knew that they could not resist, and at the same time dispersed, flying in different directions, spreading out to avoid Lin Mo's attack. The sword slashed into the air and disappeared into the starry sky. After the four members of the Golden Eagle clan dispersed, they returned like lightning, like teleportation, and came to the four corners of Lin Mo, surrounding Lin Mo. The four people's rivers of laws were connected into one piece, turning into an ocean of laws, devouring Lin Mo. This is also a common trick of the Golden Eagle clan, which can gather the power of many people, and its power is huge. A gray light flashed on Lin Mo's body, and the moment the skeleton hell appeared, it was smashed, and the mount under his feet also disappeared. The skeleton hell completed its mission, and marked the four people. A smile appeared in Lin Mo's eyes. This time, you can't escape. Ask for fresh flowers 0. Once the mark is completed, not to mention the Divine Venerable, even the Beyond Realm cannot escape his lock. The golden shield exploded, turning into golden light covering his whole body. Lin Mo was safe and sound in the ocean of laws. Refine him. The Golden Eagle clan Divine Venerable roared with anger. They already hated Lin Mo, vowed to kill him. The golden ocean of laws became viscous, burning with raging golden flames. At first glance, it is somewhat similar to the golden rules of the Heavenly Saint Venerable, but the power is very different. Lin Mo has already tested the golden sword. Whether it is attack power or defense power, it is very powerful. But he still cannot fully exert the power of the golden sword. If he wants to kill the peak Divine Venerable with the golden sword, it is still a bit lacking. Lin Mo held the golden sword in one hand, and took out the corpse of the sun-eating beast with his right hand. 0. The sun-eating beast's realm before his death also reached the 9th rank of Divine Venerable. Although his combat power was not as good as the peak Divine Venerable, his realm was actually the same. The peak Divine Venerable, in essence, is the most powerful 9th rank of Divine Venerable. At the same time when Lin Mo took out the corpse of the sun-eating beast, several peak Divine Venerables present felt uneasy. A cruel glint flashed in Lin Mo's eyes as he pointed his finger at one of the Golden Eagle clan's divine sovereigns. Stellar level spell, corpse explosion. Boom! Amidst an earth-shattering explosion, the ocean of laws surged with colossal waves. Without even a final scream, the Golden Eagle clan's peak divine sovereign, who was targeted by Lin Mo, was instantly blown to pieces. With one less person, the ocean of laws immediately lost its balance. The golden flames rapidly extinguished, and although the ocean of laws remained, its power was greatly diminished. The three Golden Eagle clan divine sovereigns, expressions drastically changed, and not just them, but the other divine sovereigns, complexions also turned extremely unsightly. What kind of spell is this? It can actually instantly kill a peak divine sovereign. Just as their thoughts arose, Lin Mo pointed at another Golden Eagle clan divine sovereign. Boom! Another explosion occurred right before their eyes. The second Golden Eagle clan divine sovereign died on the spot. This time, Lin Mo used the recently killed Golden Eagle clan divine sovereign as the explosive material. The fresh material was equally powerful. Faced with corpse explosion, even peak divine sovereigns had no power to resist. The ocean of laws completely collapsed, and the remaining two Golden Eagle clan divine sovereigns were scared out of their wits and turned to flee. At this moment, a demon clan divine sovereign shrieked, "He is Lin Mo, the human clan's Lin Mo." Chapter 1762. If he does not die, there will be a disaster of extermination. This one sentence awakened everyone. Lin Mo, the number one on the kill list of all races. The divine sovereigns present were no strangers to Lin Mo's name. After all, it was impossible to be unfamiliar with the number one on their race's kill list. Lin Mo, the only Buddhist clan member present, Pagoda Buddha, also revealed a look of surprise at this moment, softly reciting Lin Mo's name. Within the Buddhist clan, there was also a lot of information about Lin Mo. The ancient Buddha once issued a decree, giving priority to luring Lin Mo into the Buddhist clan. If that could not be done, then try to kill him as much as possible, and do not let him grow. If even killing him could not be done, then do not offend him. No matter what, the Buddhist clan had not offended any race on the surface, and their relationship with all races was still considered acceptable. As for what they did in the dark, that was another matter. Now it seemed that luring Lin Mo was no longer possible. The gaze Lin Mo had cast over just now contained killing intent. 643. Pagoda Buddha was somewhat puzzled. The Buddhist clan did not seem to have offended Lin Mo, so why would he have such great killing intent towards him? Before the demon clan divine sovereign's voice could fade away, Lin Mo's finger had already pointed out again. The remaining 2 divine sovereigns of the Golden Eagle clan were scared out of their wits, turning around and fleeing, with none of the demeanor that a peak divine sovereign should have. But it was still a step too late. Boom! Amidst the explosion, the 3rd peak divine sovereign died. The last peak divine sovereign of the Golden Eagle clan was completely frightened, fleeing outwards without escaping. Useless, you can't escape. Only tens of thousands of kilometers away, the starry sky was densely packed with skeleton divine generals. Early on, tens of millions of skeleton divine generals had already surrounded this place. Although the Golden Eagle clan's peak divine sovereign was powerful, it would still take at least a few seconds to break through the encirclement of the skeleton divine generals. These few seconds were enough to decide his life or death. If the space was not sealed now, he would have a chance to escape. The Golden Eagle clan's space leap was difficult to stop. But now that opportunity was gone, under the space blockade, the space leap was also restricted, which could be said to be self-inflicted. Get out of the way. Quickly turn off the space blockade. The former sentence was a roar at the skeleton divine generals, regardless of whether the skeleton divine generals could understand, he was just roaring instinctively. The latter sentence was addressed to the demon clan, because they were the ones who imposed the space blockade. Amidst panicked roars, he charged into the encirclement of the skeleton divine generals, desperately trying to break through. Golden light shone brightly as he used his Lost Star River to forcibly blast out a path. Golden feathers shot out from his entire body, killing tens of thousands of skeleton divine generals. Boom! The 4th explosion arrived as scheduled. Lin Mo did not give him a chance to escape. 4 simple fingers, instantly killing 4 peak divine sovereigns, scaring the Golden Eagle clan divine sovereigns into fleeing for their lives, but they still could not escape. Lin Mo brought terror to everyone present. A divine king who could scare a divine sovereign out of their wits, who would believe it if it was said. But the fact was so. When Lin Mo looked over with a devilish smile, everyone's heart skipped a beat. The 6 peak divine sovereigns of the demon clan decisively decided, Pagoda Buddha, you control the barrier, we will kill this child. While Pagoda Buddha was still hesitating on how to treat Lin Mo, the demon clan made the decision for him. He knew that he had no choice now, he could only kill Lin Mo. Amitabha, he announced a Buddhist proclamation, his entire body shining brightly, transforming into a giant Buddha statue. He chanted Buddhist sounds, echoing in the starry sky, and a Buddhist pagoda simultaneously appeared above his head. The Buddhist pagoda scattered bright yellow starlight, forming a light curtain, enveloping the Buddha statue and the barrier. Only then did Lin Mo discover that there was also a Buddhist pagoda within the barrier, identical to the one outside. The 2 Buddhist pagodas echoed each other, mutually connected. Although the principle behind it was unclear, it could be seen that he also had a share in the credit for trapping Zhu Qiwu. The Buddhist clan, truly detestable. Lin Mo said softly, waving his golden sword and slashing towards Pagoda Buddha in the air. There was no need to lock on and aim at the 10,000-meter Buddha statue in the starry sky. The golden sword transformed into a giant sword shadow, landing on the Buddha statue. Golden light exploded, but the Buddha statue did not even budge under this slash. The bright yellow light curtain scattered by the Buddhist pagoda blocked the golden sword. Lin Mo frowned slightly. Other Shore Realm magic treasure. The power of this magic treasure was restrained and did not spread outwards, so Lin Mo did not notice it. It was only when the golden sword collided with it just now that he felt the power of the rules. The golden sword, in essence, was not a true Other Shore Realm magic treasure. But this Buddhist pagoda seemed to be a true Other Shore Realm magic treasure. It was reasonable that the golden sword could not cut it. At this time, Pagoda Buddha did not attack him, and skeletal hell had not completed marking, so Lin Mo could not lock onto the opponent, and corpse explosion could not be used either. Suddenly, a strange power exploded, and Lin Mo only felt his body sink, as if there was an extra layer of shackles. In the starry sky, all the skeleton divine generals collectively disappeared. He seemed to have lost contact with the spell. Corpse explosion could not be used, and all spells were sealed. Looking up, a giant barrier appeared in the starry sky. Law-prohibiting barrier, Lin Mo said softly. This was the demon clan's signature barrier, specially used to deal with human clan cultivators. Among the myriad races of the great world, the human race's talent can be considered the most mediocre. Their physical bodies are not strong, their souls are not strong, and they have no special abilities. Their only advantage is that the human race has an extremely strong learning ability. As long as the human race is given enough time, they can master all kinds of spells that give other races a headache. Later, the demon race invented the Lost Ceiling Barrier, which can restrict all spells below the God Venerable realm. The effect of the Lost Ceiling Barrier will be greatly weakened for God Venerables because of the existence of the Lost Star River. Up to high-level God Venerables, because they have touched the power of rules, the Lost Ceiling Barrier almost loses its effect. They saw through Lin Mo's realm. Lin Mo was only a God King. No matter how strange and powerful Lin Mo's spells were, the Lost Ceiling Barrier could restrict him and make his spells ineffective. And they, as peak God Venerables, already contained a trace of the power of rules in their spells, and the Lost Ceiling Barrier had no effect on them. What they didn't expect was that as soon as the Lost Ceiling Barrier was activated, Lin Mo's skeleton army also disappeared. This surprised and delighted them. What surprised them was that the army of millions of skeletons was not a puppet, but a spell. Spells are much more terrifying than puppets. No matter how many puppets there are, if they are at the second order of the God Venerable realm, they are only at the second order of the God Venerable realm. Spells are different. Spells will grow according to the cultivation of their master. If Lin Mo reaches the high-level God Venerable realm, to what extent will his skeleton army grow? Just thinking about it made all the God Venerables present feel cold. By then, the disaster of their respective races would probably arrive. What delighted them was that Lin Mo was now restricted by them and could not escape. We must not let this son live. We must kill him at all costs. Kill him now while he is still weak, otherwise all races will suffer. He is even more terrifying than Xiao Zontian. The same thought emerged in everyone's mind, and the killing intent increased several times. The bewitching demon God Venerable of the demon race made a low voice, "Lin Mo, give up resisting. Resistance will only make you more painful. Giving up will bring you happiness." His voice carried a strong bewitching power, wanting to drag Lin Mo's soul into endless darkness. Unfortunately, it was useless. A soul in the other shore realm ignored this level of bewitching power. Chapter 1763. Some spells cannot be sealed. The demon race, 6 peak God Venerables, surrounded Lin Mo in a special formation with strange positions. Among them were the bewitching demon and the illusion demon, as well as 2 flame demons from the Hell lineage, a deep abyss dragon demon from the Abyss lineage, and a 3-headed serpent demon. The bewitching demon was responsible for bewitching and interfering with the soul. Even peak God Venerables would be affected to a certain extent. Moreover, with the existence of the bewitching demon, Lin Mo guessed that the demon race even hoped to control Zhu Qiwu and turn him into a member of the demon race. In that case, Zhu Qiwu would become the highest level spy in the human race. Compared to killing Zhu Qiwu, this would cause countless times more damage to the human race. And the illusion demon should be cooperating with the bewitching demon. The effects of these 2 types of demons working together would increase exponentially. Both the bewitching demon and the illusion demon are rare species in the demon race. Especially those who can cultivate to the peak God Venerable realm are even rarer. If they fail and are killed by Zhu Qiwu, it will be a huge loss for the demon race. Therefore, the demon race made a huge gamble for this time. Along with the bewitching sound, Lin Mo thought a lot when his eyes swept across the 6 demons. It was not easy to control Zhu Qiwu, but it was much easier to control himself. After all, he was only a god king. The illusion demon had also already taken action, and streams of the power of laws attacked along with the bewitching sound, wanting to drag him into an illusion. However, all the intrusions were blocked by the soul world. The soul of the other shore realm, the amethyst barrier, was not so easy to break through. The demons did not kill him immediately. Lin Mo was very clear that they wanted to control him more than kill him. While the demons were trying to control Lin Mo was also thinking about how to deal with them. The flame demons are the main thugs in the demon race, numerous and powerful, but their weakness is that they are easily angered and not very smart. As their cultivation increases, this weakness will become more and more obvious. The result is that although there are many flame demons, there are not more peak powerhouses than other demon lineages. The 3-headed serpent demon and the deep abyss dragon demon are from the abyss lineage of the demon race, and their whole bodies exude a strange and gloomy aura. Lin Mo had dealt with the deep abyss dragon demon and knew his power. The deep abyss dragon demon is also one of the royal families. It is said that he possesses a trace of dragon blood and is powerful in battle, and can be called invincible in the same realm. Lin Mo had not dealt with the three-headed serpent demon, but had only read the information. The three-headed serpent demon has 3 heads, each with an independent talent spell, controlling 3 laws, which is extremely strange. Lin Mo decided to use the Deep Abyss Dragon Demon as a breakthrough point. Among the 6 demon god venerables, the Deep Abyss Dragon Demon's attack was the most powerful and posed the greatest threat to him. As for the Bewitching Demon and the Illusion Demon, their main means were bewitchment and control, which posed the least threat to him and could be left to the end. The soul-shooting bow appeared in his hand. Just as Lin Mo was about to move, the barrier imprisoning Zhu Qiwu suddenly roared, and the entire barrier shook. The chanting of the Buddha by the Pagoda Buddha was interrupted. "You guys move faster, I can't trap him for too long alone." At this time, the only black stone race god Venerable said, "I'll do it." One of his arms broke off on the spot and flew directly into the barrier. The severed arm exploded inside the barrier, turning into countless black powder and scattering on Zhu Qiwu. The barrier became quiet again. Lin Mo heard Zhu Qiwu's voice at this moment, "Kill the black stone race first." His words instantly made Lin Mo change his selected target and aim at the black stone race god Venerable. The problem is that he cannot perform a soul lock on him now. The spell is sealed, and he cannot use the bone graveyard for marking. The black stone race person felt Lin Mo's gaze, and his whole body trembled, and he quickly retreated. The scene of Lin Mo instantly killing the 4 golden eagle race god venerables was still vivid in his mind. Lin Mo's spells were too strong and too strange. But at the same time, he thought that Lin Mo's spells had been sealed and could not be used at all, and he immediately felt relieved. But the seed of fear in his heart had already been planted, and he was still a little scared. The black stone race god Venerable roared, "You guys hurry up and kill him." The Bewitching Demon and the Illusion Demon saw that their control methods were ineffective, and then gave up. The Flame Demon spewed out demon fire, and boundless fire rain fell in the starry sky, covering a radius of 50,000 kilometers with dark green flames. Demon fire is not only extremely hot, but also has strong corrosiveness. Lin Mo waved the golden sword, and the golden rules formed a defense, firmly protecting him. The Deep Abyss Dragon Demon spewed out dragon breath, and the dragon breath turned into black lightning, constantly bombarding Lin Mo. One of the heads on the left side of the 3-headed serpent demon's eyes emitted a gray light. Lin Mo's body stiffened, and a layer of lime substance covered his skin. Petrification from the Law of Stone. Lin Mo instantly understood that this was a spell from the Law of Stone, which could petrify the target. Spells were forbidden, and even passive spells were affected, making it impossible to be immune to various abnormal states. The situation was very unfavorable for Lin Mo. Lin Mo was not flustered, he gave a soft shout, and his aura began to skyrocket. In the blink of an eye, Lin Mo had reached the Lesser God Venerable realm. A second later, Lin Mo broke through the Lesser God Venerable realm and officially entered the God Venerable realm. His aura climbed all the way up, all the way to the 5th order of the God Venerable realm. A bright star river with gray and white colors appeared above Lin Mo's head, and strange stars rose from behind him, leaping into the Lost Star River. Gray and white starlight fell, forming a strange scene of the moon shining on the Star River. The divine venerables present were all shocked and in disbelief at this moment. Law phenomenon, and it's a phenomenon that incorporates the Law galaxy. Isn't he a divine king? How did he suddenly become a divine venerable? What kind of secret technique is this, so terrifying? Shouldn't spells be forbidden? Why hasn't this secret technique been forbidden? Spells were indeed forbidden, but only ordinary spells were forbidden, the origin spells were not included. The level of origin spells is too high, it comes from the source bird and contains the power of origin, it cannot be restricted by ordinary methods. Using origin spells. Gathering power, Lin Mo broke through to Divine Venerable, and the effect of the forbidden magic enchantment was greatly reduced. Lin Mo also made contact with his spells constellation. Spells can already be used, but attack spells such as Corpse Explosion and Curse will have their power weakened. And spells like Summoning and the Skeleton Hell are completely unrestricted. Lin Mo's heart stirred, and the Skeleton Hell instantly emerged, covering the starry sky. A large number of slaves rushed out of hell, killing the Divine Venerables. Among them, 4 Golden Eagle Clan Divine Venerable slaves simultaneously attacked the Black Stone Clan Divine Venerable. At the same time, tens of millions of skeleton divine generals reappeared in the starry sky, surrounding the Divine Venerables. Instantly, sword energy dispelled the darkness, and pure white sword energy intertwined into a sea in the starry sky. What is this? What kind of spells is this? Except for the Pagoda Buddha, the divine venerables fought back one after another. Not afraid of you fighting back, just afraid of you not fighting back. As soon as the Black Stone Clan Divine Venerable made a move, the skeleton hell instantly completed the marking, and Lin Mo also completed the lock simultaneously. The ancient talisman jade appeared in his hand, all his soul power was injected into it, and at the same time, a drop of myriad colors water appeared at Lin Mo's fingertip and was sent into the ancient talisman jade. The ancient talisman jade bloomed with brilliant light, and a giant fist instantly formed, blasting towards the Black Stone Clan Divine Venerable. Chapter 1764. Is he the illegitimate son of Saint Venerable? Myriad colors water. All the Divine Venerable's eyes sharply contracted. At their level, how could they not know about myriad colors water? Using myriad colors water to amplify the attack, coupled with the power of rules brought by the ancient talisman jade, the power of this punch is probably beyond imagination. The Black Stone Clan Divine Venerable's hair stood on end on the spot, and the stones all over his body made harsh rubbing sounds. Without even thinking, he wanted to escape on the spot, not even wanting his severed hand. Not to mention sealing Zhu Qiwu, now it is completely about saving his life, and he can't control anything else. His instinct told him that if he was hit by this punch, he would die. Lin Mo shook his head. You can't escape. The ancient talisman giant fist shone brightly, and a terrifying suction force was generated on it, firmly grabbing the Black Stone Clan Divine Venerable. Not only was the Black Stone Clan Divine Venerable unable to escape, but he involuntarily moved closer to the fist. Lin Mo stopped looking at him. The Black Stone Clan Divine Venerable was dead. With the blessing of myriad colors water, this punch from the ancient talisman jade has surpassed the peak Divine Venerable. Even if it doesn't reach the other shore realm, the difference won't be too much. Quick, kill Lin Mo. Don't hold back, kill him with all your strength. The Demon Clan Divine Venerable roared, and the offensive became even more frantic. But under the protection of the Golden Sword, they couldn't take down Lin Mo for a while. The Black Stone Clan Divine Venerable's screams rang in his ears, and his body turned into dust under the ancient talisman giant fist. As soon as he died, countless black chi flew out of Zhu Qiwu's body. The barrier that had just stabilized shook violently again. The Pagoda Buddha went all out to guard the barrier. The pagoda above his head sprinkled starlight, and the pagoda inside the barrier also sprinkled starlight, covering Zhu Qiwu. From his face, it can be seen that it is difficult for him to trap Zhu Qiwu alone. Lin Mo also knew that as long as he delayed a little longer, Zhu Qiwu would be able to escape. Now is the time to compete for time. The Demon Divine Venerables must kill Lin Mo in the shortest time. Once Zhu Qiwu escapes, then it is they who will die. The Abyss Dragon Demon roared in a low voice, making a violent dragon roar, and at the same time spewing out a massive amount of black blood. The black blood gathered into a lump in the starry sky, exuding a pungent bloody smell. In my blood, I respectfully invite the ancestor. A huge voice sounded, and the blood exploded, forming a rain of blood. In the rain of blood, a huge dragon eye appeared, followed by the entire dragon body. Not the real body, but an illusion. An illusion projected from the other shore realm. As soon as Lin Mo saw it, he turned out to be an old acquaintance. It was none other than the Abyss Dragon Demon whose clone had been killed by him. It's you. The Dragon Demon projection looked at Lin Mo and suddenly let out a roar. Lin Mo smiled slightly. Long time no see. Enemies meeting each other are extremely jealous. The Dragon Demon projection roared, this me will eat you. He opened his bloody mouth and rushed towards Lin Mo. Lin Mo completely ignored him. He believed that the golden sword could protect him. He locked onto the body of the Abyss Dragon Demon present, and the soul-shooting bow appeared above his head. Soul power was injected into it, forming a purple soul arrow. With his fifth order Divine Venerable realm, even with his other shore realm soul, this arrow could at most deal with a sixth order Divine Venerable. However, this arrow is only the foundation. Lin Mo took out 5 drops of myriad colors water again and sent them all into the arrow. The soul arrow was instantly dyed with various colors, becoming hazy. Then the power of faith was used to amplify the soul arrow again. There is not much power of faith now, but it can amplify some. The law galaxy poured down, and a large amount of law power merged into the soul arrow. The gray and white colors on the soul arrow flickered, becoming more and more sharp. The space around the soul arrow began to collapse, and wisps of the power of rules began to emanate. It's myriad colors water again. And more than one drop, there are 5 drops. Where did he get so much myriad colors water? Those old guys of the human race are too kind to him. Is he the illegitimate son of the Saint Venerable? The Abyss Dragon Demon had already developed fear. This arrow was very dangerous. Whoosh! The soul arrow flashed past, shooting towards the Abyss Dragon Demon. The middle head of the three-headed snake demon simultaneously shot out a dim light. The dim light arrived first and hit the soul arrow. The three-headed snake demon retreated in screams, and the scales all over its body were about to burst. The middle head was about to spurt out blood, and blood sprinkled the sky. But because of this obstruction, the attack power of the soul arrow was reduced by at least 30%. The Abyss Dragon Demon's heart warned him greatly, and he spurt out a grey clock, hitting the soul arrow. The bell rang in the starry sky, and the soul arrow was finally blocked. The Abyss Dragon Demon's eyes finally relaxed slightly. He couldn't imagine why Lin Mo could unleash such a terrible attack. If that arrow had hit him just now, he would have lost a layer of skin even if he didn't die. The dragon demon projection roared, "I'll devour you." It opened its dragon mouth, from which boundless suction emerged, trying to swallow Lin Mo Yu. As a projection of the Abyss Dragon Demon at the other shore realm, it could also manipulate the power of rules. Lin Mo Yu snorted softly, the golden sword shining brightly as he slashed out a sword towards the dragon demon projection. At the same time, 5 drops of myriad colors water flew out, landing on the golden sword. Instantly, a huge golden sword appeared in the starry sky, burning with raging golden flames, and slashed towards the dragon demon projection. The golden rule of the heavenly Saint Sovereign. How could you possess the heavenly Saint Sovereign's magical treasure? The dragon demon projection was struck by the golden sword, instantly ignited, and burned to ashes in the golden flames. Diaresis. More myriad colors water. Where did you get so much myriad colors water? The Abyss Dragon Demon screamed. The ancestor's phantom it summoned was so easily destroyed. It had to be known that although it was only a phantom of the other shore realm, its true power was only stronger than itself. Lin Mo Yu wore a sneer, naturally not replying to him. Under successive attacks, his soul power had been exhausted. He lightly shouted, and his aura once again increased to the 6th order of God Venerable. His soul collapsed on the spot. All the God Venerables were stunned. Lin Mo Yu actually committed suicide. With the collapse of his soul, he could not be more dead. But only for a moment, their expressions changed. A purple light flashed. Lin Mo Yu completed his rebirth, and then the source spell was activated, and his aura increased sharply again. A second later, Lin Mo Yu returned to his peak. Returning to the 5th order of God Venerable, his soul power was abundant, and his aura was powerful. What is he doing? What did he do? Incomprehensible, unable to understand. What happened before them far exceeded the scope of their understanding. Why was Lin Mo Yu's secret technique so powerful? Why could he be resurrected from the dead? Why did he transform from a divine king into a God Venerable, without having to pay any price? Answering them was only Lin Mo Yu's more fierce offensive. A purple soul arrow appeared again on the soul shooting bow, and at the same time, 10 drops of myriad colors water flew out, merging into it. Lin Mo Yu also injected all of his remaining power of faith. The purple light of the soul arrow flickered, the power of rules was naturally generated, and the surrounding space began to collapse. The soul arrow emitted an aura that made even the peak God Venerables feel chills. Myriad colors water. More myriad colors water. Why do you have so much myriad colors water? Several God Venerables screamed. Even they could hardly obtain a drop of myriad colors water, but Lin Mo Yu could take it out at will. Was he really the illegitimate son of the Saint Sovereign? Even for a Saint Sovereign, it shouldn't be used like this. They already had the intention of retreating. The third head of the 3-headed serpent demon automatically detached and turned into lightning, shooting towards Lin Mo Yu. A dark river of law appeared on the snake's head, and then the snake's head exploded, the starry sky collapsed on the spot, and a black hole appeared in the starry sky. Chapter 1765. It's over, run. The snake's head suddenly exploded, detonating together with the river of law. Its power was extremely great, comparable to a self-detonation of a peak God Venerable. The explosion shattered the starry sky, attracting countless energy turbulence. A black hole formed in the center of the explosion, and Lin Mo Yu was swallowed by the black hole. The black hole seemed to devour everything, even the light of the golden rule was covered. A powerful force erupted, forming violent shockwaves, impacting everyone. The pagoda on the top of the pagoda Buddha's head scattered 10,000 points of starlight, firmly protecting him. The demons also resisted the shockwave with the power of the peak God Venerable. They stared at the center of the explosion, without blinking their eyes. The pagoda Buddha was expressionless. He also stared at the black hole caused by the explosion, and at the same time, he became wary of the three-headed serpent demon. The self-detonation of the three-headed serpent demon had reached the true limit of the peak god Venerable. The law had sublimated and triggered the power of rules. This kind of power was enough to kill any peak god Venerable. Is he dead? He should be dead. The three-headed serpent demon, who was missing a head, was slightly weakened at the moment. I used abyss black crystals to attract the black hole law, and nurtured it in the snake's head for 2,000 years, detonating it all at once. There's no reason why it wouldn't kill him. 2,000 years of accumulation, erupted at this moment. Its power was indeed amazing. However, the price paid by the three-headed serpent demon was also great. He lost a head. It was not difficult to regenerate the head, the difficulty was to restore it to its original state. It was almost impossible to completely restore the accumulation of 2,000 years. But thinking that it could kill Lin Mo Yu, it seemed worth it. At this moment, the barrier suddenly vibrated violently. Zhu Qiwu seemed to sense the situation outside and began to struggle frantically. The pagoda Buddha's face changed. I can't suppress him anymore, come and help me. Several demons immediately flew towards the barrier to regain control of the barrier. Suddenly, an inconspicuous purple light flew out from the black hole, instantly piercing into the head of the abyss dragon demon. The abyss dragon demon immediately stopped in the starry sky, lost its reaction, the light in its eyes became dim, and its soul was annihilated on the spot. Then, with a loud bang, the three-headed serpent demon's body exploded on the spot, and at the same time, the corpse of the Golden Eagle clan god Venerable who was killed last completely turned into dust. Everything happened too fast. Even if they were peak god Venerables, they couldn't react. The soul arrow killed the abyss dragon demon, and the corpse exploded, killing the three-headed serpent demon who only had half a life left. Lin Mo Yu completed two things in an instant. Not good, Lin Mo Yu is still alive. As soon as the thought arose, a golden sword light cut through the black hole and heavily slashed on the barrier. The CCCE barrier, which was vibrating violently, completely exploded with this sword. It's over. The same thought arose in everyone's mind. A crazy laughter resounded through the starry sky, and a dazzling river of law emerged in the starry sky. In the river of law, countless stars were collapsing and disappearing. The entire river of law was filled with terrifying power of destruction. One of the most powerful laws in the second echelon, the Shattered Star Law. Under this law, stars disintegrate, and nothing is indestructible. Zhu Qiwu's figure appeared on the river of law. The river of law of others appeared above their heads, while Zhu Qiwu's river of law surrounded him, and even part of it had entered his body, making it difficult to distinguish each other. Run! The remaining four demon race god Venerables and the pagoda Buddha turned around and fled. Zhu Qiwu sneered, you can't escape. As soon as he finished speaking, the river of law suddenly expanded, instantly covering millions of miles of starry sky. The river of law devoured them all. The five people were simultaneously impacted by the law, and they all grunted. The pagoda Buddha had a pagoda on top of his head, and the pagoda scattered light, protecting his body. He also held a pagoda in his hand, which was the same as the pagoda on top of his head, but smaller. This pagoda was the one that suppressed Zhu Qiwu in the barrier earlier. The pagoda in his hand released dense lightning, forcibly blasting a path in the river of law. Using the pagoda on top of his head to protect himself, and the pagoda in his hand to open the way, the two pagodas attacked and defended each other, cooperating seamlessly. It seemed that the pagoda Buddha was not in immediate danger, but he wouldn't be able to hold on for too long under the continuous bombardment of the Shattered Star Laws. The four demon god sovereigns were having a hard time, especially the bewitchment demon and the illusion demon, who were not combat-oriented demons in the first place. Their defensive and offensive capabilities were far inferior to those of combat demons. In terms of realm, their direct combat capabilities were almost at the bottom. They struggled to survive in the Lost Star River. The black hole caused by the three-headed snake demon's self-destruction disappeared, and Lin Mo flew out, enveloped in golden light. He appeared to be unharmed. But upon closer inspection, the golden sword in his hand had dimmed considerably. It seemed that the power of the rules was running out, far less than before. Lin Mo was still surrounded by a purple light, and the golden sword had not completely protected him in the self-destruction black hole earlier. He died once and was reborn through his talent. Finally, he used myriad colors water to amplify the golden sword, which blocked the subsequent attacks. Lin Mo's eyes showed a hint of relief. Fortunately, I had myriad colors water, or I would have been in danger this time. Peak god sovereigns are indeed not easy to deal with. If they had been prepared, I might have been in danger too. I must not be careless in the future and must be careful. Seeing Lin Mo, Zhu Qiwu laughed loudly. Kid, you're here. Watch me destroy these bugs, and then we'll have a good drink and chat. Zhu Qiwu was in a great mood at the moment, and with each palm strike, huge waves surged in the Lost Star River. Stars shattered in the Lost Star River, unleashing terrifying impact. Amidst screams, the most vulnerable illusion demon finally couldn't hold on and was blasted into pieces. Then came the bewitchment demon, who soon followed in the footsteps of the illusion demon. In the Lost Star River, only 2 flame demons remained. Knowing they couldn't escape, they began to counterattack frantically. Various magical treasures were thrown out by them, one after another exploding in the Lost Star River. The power of the magical treasures, self-destruction was also considerable, causing the Lost Star River to shake. It's useless, stop struggling, and just die. Zhu Qiwu laughed loudly. The Lost Star River became even more violent. Zhu Qiwu stood tall within it, like a deity in the Star River, controlling life and death. After being stained with the blood of the god sovereigns, the Lost Star River added a touch of blood color. Lin Mo felt that Zhu Qiwu's laws began to sublimate, showing the characteristics of rules. The starry sky became distorted, and its power greatly increased. The power of distortion fell on the flame demons, and large areas of their bodies began to crack. They screamed incessantly, as if enduring unimaginable torture. At this moment, the Pagoda Buddha was also enduring the attacks of the shattered star laws. The starlight falling from the pagoda was also distorted, and cracks constantly appeared on the pagoda, on the verge of collapse. The Pagoda Buddha took out a Buddhist bead and crushed it violently. Respectfully request the descent of the many treasures ancient Buddha. A ray of Buddhist light was born out of thin air, and the Buddhist sound seemed to fly from the farthest place, echoing in the starry sky. Above the Lost Star River, an ancient Buddha appeared out of thin air. The ancient Buddha sat on a lotus throne, with a solemn appearance and waves of pressure. This is a trace of the ancient Buddha's soul. Lin Mo immediately discovered that the Buddhist bead crushed by the Pagoda Buddha contained a trace of the many treasures ancient Buddha's soul. Using the soul as a guide to attract the power of the many treasures ancient Buddha. This was the true power of the other shore realm, and Zhu Qiwu's Lost Star River suddenly became unstable. Zhu Qiwu laughed loudly. A trace of the ancient Buddha's soul. Good, good, old Zhu will use the ancient Buddha's spirit as a stone to step into the other shore. The next second, a purple light flashed by. Within the purple light, it seemed to contain thousands of colors, beautiful and dreamlike. Chapter 1766, Ultimate Sublimation. Useless. The purple soul arrow collapsed the space wherever it passed. Strands of the power of rules were on the soul arrow. 100 drops of myriad colors water were integrated into it, raising the power of the soul arrow to an astonishing level, once again surpassing the god sovereign, barely touching the other shore. The purple soul arrow flashed by and disappeared into the many treasures ancient Buddha. The many treasures ancient Buddha, who had just appeared, didn't even have time to make a sound, and the entire projection collapsed on the spot. You dare to kill the ancient Buddha? The Pagoda Buddha let out a sharp cry with an expression of disbelief. Zhu Qiwu also looked at Lin Mo in shock. You kid, you acted too fast, I was going to use it as a stepping stone. Lin Mo said in a low voice, there are plenty of stepping stones. If you want to find one, just kill your way into the Buddhist clan. There should be many ancient Buddhas inside. Zhu Qiwu's expression was strange. Are you teasing me? Killing his way into the Buddhist clan, Zhu Qiwu didn't have enough lives. Unless he became a Saint Venerable one day, then he could go to the Buddhist clan for a stroll. Zhu Qiwu snorted, you're so capable, I'll leave this Buddha to you. Saying that, he raised his hand to deal with the remaining 2 flame demon god sovereigns. Lin Mo smiled dumbly. Zhu Qiwu's temper was really small. Wasn't it just snatching his stepping stone? He could just find another one. The 2 of them talked to themselves, completely ignoring the Pagoda Buddha's feelings, and didn't take him to heart. Since they had already killed him, asking how he dared was redundant in the Pagoda Buddha's opinion. He was indeed frightened by Lin Mo. He killed the ancient Buddha's projection without any hesitation. The starlight scattered by the pagoda was constantly distorted under Zhu Qiwu's Lost Star River, and it was about to collapse. Lin Mo pointed his finger, and the bone hell emerged, shrouding the Pagoda Buddha. Do you have any other means? If not, then prepare to go to the Western Paradise. The Pagoda Buddha tried his best to control the pagoda above his head, which was his most important reliance. Benefactor Lin, our Buddhist clan has always had a good relationship with the human race. There's something wrong with the brains of you Buddhist clan people. Lin Mo interrupted him. Now that both sides were in an irreconcilable situation, what was the point of talking about the relationship between the two races? The 4 Golden Eagle clan god sovereigns in the Bone Hell flew out, cooperating with the skeleton god generals summoned earlier, and launched a frenzied bombardment against the Pagoda Buddha. Normally, with the realm of my Pagoda Buddha, no matter how many skeleton god generals there were, it would be difficult to cause him harm. But now, his pagoda was on the verge of collapse. The Bone Hell and the skeleton god generals were like the last straw that broke the camel's back, coming in to deliver the final blow. The pagoda trembled constantly under the attacks, and the cracks on it became more and more numerous. The many treasures Buddha also felt Lin Mo's killing intent. Once the pagoda collapsed, he would definitely die. The only way now was to try his best to kill his way out. If he failed, then he would go to the Western Paradise. If he succeeded, then he would continue to be his Buddha. In a flash, he made a decision. Amitabha. The Pagoda Buddha chanted the Buddha's name and took out another Buddhist bead, throwing it directly into his mouth. The Buddhist bead dissolved in his mouth like a medicinal pill, and his aura rose sharply. The laws on his body gradually transformed towards the power of rules. Using medicinal pills and secret techniques to forcibly increase his realm, although he had not yet reached the other shore realm, he had surpassed the God Sovereign. The Pagoda Buddha's current state was extremely similar to Zhu Qiwu's, with half a foot across the Lost Star River and stepping into the other shore. But Zhu Qiwu had ascended through self-enlightenment, while the Pagoda Buddha had ascended through medicinal pills and secret techniques. In Lin Mo's opinion, this was self-destructive. Perhaps the Pagoda Buddha would never have the chance to become an ancient Buddha in the future. But now, saving his life was the most important thing, and he could understand why he did so. If he lost his life, he would naturally not be able to become an ancient Buddha. At the same time as the Pagoda Buddha completed the secret technique, the pagoda's Buddhist light exploded at the same time. The pagoda magical treasure finally reached its limit, covered in cracks and losing its function. At this moment, the Pagoda Buddha was shining with brilliant Buddhist light, and a Lost Star River filled with golden light appeared beside him. The Lost Star River surrounded him, no longer appearing above his head, but around him. Having a river of stars surrounding the body is also a sign of stepping into the other shore, different from other god sovereigns. Zhu Qiwu glanced over. "Kid, need any help?" "No need." Lin Mo didn't panic, holding the golden sword for protection, controlling the skeletons to attack frantically, and the slaves in the skeleton hell were also attacking like crazy. The attacks seemed strong, but it was difficult to truly shake the Pagoda Buddha. He was safe and sound under the protection of the Law River of Stars. Amitabha. The Pagoda Buddha chanted the Buddha's name, looked at Lin Mo, his eyes filled with hatred. "Today's cause, tomorrow's effect. Benefactor Lin, Benefactor Zhu, you are forcing me step by step. This Buddha can only fight to the death." He was still holding a small pagoda in his hand. The pagoda bloomed with Buddha's light, and then golden lightning blasted out. With the improvement of his realm, the power of the magic weapon also became greater. The golden lightning turned into a sea of thunder, and combined with the Pagoda Buddha's Law River of Stars, it forcibly supported a space in Zhu Qiwu's Law River of Stars. Seeking fresh flowers, the Law Rivers of Stars of both sides began to compete, refusing to give in to each other. The skeleton hell shattered in response, and the slave thugs inside also disappeared at the same time. A smile appeared on the corner of Lin Mo's mouth. "Got you." The Pagoda Buddha's defeat of the skeleton hell allowed Lin Mo to successfully complete the mark. Lin Mo's expression made the Pagoda Buddha feel uneasy. At this time, Lin Mo pointed out. "Stellar level spell, corpse burst." Boom! A violent explosion occurred out of thin air. Just like when he killed the Golden Eagle clan god sovereign before, silently, and unable to defend against. The Pagoda Buddha only felt an extremely terrifying force falling on him, as if countless terrifying fists hit him at the same time. The body seemed to be torn apart, and not only the body was attacked, but also the soul. The corpse of the enchantment demon turned into dust at this moment and disappeared. Lin Mo was slightly stunned, not dead. Tough life. At this moment, the influence of the forbidden law barrier was long gone, and if the pagoda Buddha was not killed in one explosion, it could only be said that the vitality of the enchantment demon was too weak, and the power of the corpse burst was correspondingly weakened. At the same time, it was also because the pagoda Buddha had one foot into the other shore, becoming more powerful, that he blocked this attack. But it doesn't matter, there are still corpses around. Illusion demon, abyss dragon demon, three-headed snake demon, their corpses are all weapons. Besides them, Lin Mo also has the corpse of the stellar fire vine. Another point of the finger, the second explosion broke out immediately, the pagoda Buddha had no way to dodge, and could not resist. With another loud noise, the pagoda Buddha was blown into a complete mess, the Buddha's light on his body dimmed, and even the Law River of Stars was on the verge of collapse. Zhu Qiwu's Law River of Stars took advantage of the situation and crushed over. The pagoda Buddha was already desperate, Lin Mo's attack was too strange and powerful. He didn't understand, just a god king, why could he kill himself so easily? He was a peak Buddha, equivalent to the peak god Buddha of the human race. Now he is forcibly improving his realm by destroying his foundation, but it is still useless, at most he can block 2 more attacks. Why is this happening? Why is Lin Mo so powerful? He had too many doubts in his heart, but it was destined that these doubts would not be answered. The third explosion sound entered his ears, the pagoda Buddha felt that his body had completely collapsed, and his soul had begun to disintegrate. Consciousness was falling into the boundless darkness. Amitabha, the soul declared the last Buddha's name in his life. Chapter 1767 The True Meaning of the Blood Road to the Other Shore. After 3 consecutive explosions, the pagoda Buddha finally went to the Pure Land he had been thinking about. Not far away, there were 2 screams, and the bodies of the 2 flame demons were torn apart, like stars in the Law River of Stars disappearing. Dying under the shattered star law, there would naturally be no complete corpse. The Law River of Stars gradually dissipated, and a great battle finally came to an end. Many remnants of corpses and flesh floated in the starry sky. Lin Mo would not waste it, and immediately let the skeleton god general collect them. 2 copies of the flame demon's corpse, 1 copy of the abyss dragon demon's corpse, and 1 copy of the pagoda Buddha's corpse. After a great battle, he obtained a full 4 copies of the peak god sovereign's corpse, plus the corpse of the stellar fire vine exchanged. Lin Mo had a full 5 copies of the god sovereign rank 9 corpse. This is equivalent to 5 powerful weapons, each of which can unleash attacks beyond the peak of the god sovereign. In addition to the corpses, there were also storage items left by several god sovereigns. 360. They were peak god sovereigns, who had lived for thousands of years, and the good things they collected would definitely not be few. There were also 2 pagodas, 1 large and 1 small, left by the pagoda Buddha. These 2 pagodas were obviously a pair, the large one for defense, and the small one for attack, a good thing that integrates offense and defense. It's a pity that the large pagoda is now full of cracks and has been crippled. But Lin Mo's eyes flashed with a gleam, it doesn't matter if it's broken, it's still of great use to him. Zhu Qiwu came to Lin Mo's side, why did you come to me? Lin Mo smiled, I heard you were doing great things, so I came to see if I could help. Do you think this old man will believe what you said? Zhu Qiwu looked at Lin Mo with a smile, looking like a ghost would believe you. Lin Mo smiled, I got a good thing, it may be useful to you. Zhu Qiwu was aroused by curiosity, oh. It seems it should be a good thing. With Zhu Qiwu's realm, there are very few things that are useful to him. Lin Mo chuckled, rarely keeping him in suspense, this is not urgent, this junior is very curious, how did you get trapped here? Zhu Qiwu frowned slightly, looking a little depressed, it's better not to mention this matter. Lin Mo knew from his appearance that Zhu Qiwu must have suffered a loss, otherwise he wouldn't be like this. But this aroused his curiosity even more, but it doesn't hurt to say. The meaning of the words is, if you have anything unhappy, say it, let me be happy. Zhu Qiwu stared at Lin Mo, sighed, why didn't I find out that you kid is like this before? Is it so fun to hear about other people's bad luck? Lin Mo smiled, tell me, I promise not to laugh, and I will be like you in the future, don't be pitted by others at that time. Zhu Qiwu looked at Lin Mo, just you. It's good if you don't pit others, and you're afraid of being pitted by others. Although he didn't want to say it very much, he still told Lin Mo in the end. The reason why he came here was for 2 reasons. One is the information given by the Shu family, which Lin Mo knew. Several peak god sovereigns of the clans are preparing to snipe him, not allowing him to truly set foot on the other shore. Similarly, Zhu Qiwu also wanted to use them as stepping stones, stepping on them to go further. The god sovereigns of the various clans want to snipe Zhu Qiwu. If Zhu Qiwu learns about it and shrinks back, it will affect the Dao heart, eventually leading to slow promotion or even failure. So Zhu Qiwu has a reason to go. In Zhu Qiwu's explanation, Lin Mo understood one more thing. The so-called blood road to the other shore, taking killing as the guide, and blood as the road, is not just a slogan. Its true meaning is to bathe in blood in battle, to sublimate one's own power in battle, and to use the blood of enemies as one's own stepping stone to truly leap to the other shore. Even if one foot has already stepped into the other shore, it still takes a not short time to truly enter the other shore realm. A short time of 10 years, and a long time of hundreds or thousands of years. Undertaking the blood road of crossing the shore, fighting all the way, with boiling blood and battle intent, can effectively shorten this part of the time. Therefore, the vast majority of divine venerables, after comprehending the true meaning of the other shore realm and stepping into the other shore with one foot, will choose this path. This reason alone is enough for Zhu Qiwu to come. The second reason also comes from the Shu family's intelligence. The Buddhist clan seems to have discovered a way to obtain the vermilion bird egg. This time, Pagoda Buddha came to try and see if there was such a possibility. If it is feasible, next time, the ancient Buddha or even the Buddha will take action and come to collect the vermilion bird egg. The vermilion bird battlefield is Zhu Qiwu's territory, and Zhu Qiwu will naturally not sit idly by. Zhu Qiwu came, but he didn't expect that the various races had really set up a net to deal with Zhu Qiwu. The first thing was the barrier, which was specially modified to target Zhu Qiwu. The barrier contained the power of the demon race's other shore realm rules, greatly reducing the power of Zhu Qiwu's star-shattering law. Secondly, there was the Black Stone race. The Black Stone race's peak divine venerable, at the cost of self-damage, transformed into a black powder prison, preventing Zhu Qiwu from escaping. Then there was the Buddhist clan. Pagoda Buddha used his mother-son Pagoda to continuously attack Zhu Qiwu, consuming his power and leaving him no time to attend to other things. The Golden Eagle race also used a high-level divine venerable magic weapon to create an independent space. In this space, isolated from the world, Zhu Qiwu could not sense the laws from the outside world. In this way, as long as enough time passed, even if they couldn't kill Zhu Qiwu, they could cut off his path to advancing to the other shore. Originally, everything was planned perfectly, and Zhu Qiwu was indeed trapped. But unexpectedly, Lin Mo Yu came and ruined the entire plan. The 12 peak divine venerables of the various races, none of them escaped, all died. Moreover, because of the special environment here, the space was blocked in advance, and even the news could not be sent back. After Zhu Qiwu finished speaking, he looked at Lin Mo Yu. Okay, that's the whole story. You can laugh if you want. Zhu Qiwu admitted that he was careless this time, or it could be said that he was too confident in his own strength, otherwise he wouldn't have fallen into the trap. Lin Mo Yu didn't laugh, but asked in confusion, "Where is your warship?" Zhu Qiwu said, "The warship was naturally handed over. Since I started the blood road of crossing the shore, according to the rules, the warship must be handed over. When the new garrison is assigned from above, he will naturally bring the warship over." Only then did Lin Mo Yu understand. Originally, he was thinking that with a warship comparable to the other shore realm by his side, Zhu Qiwu could attack or retreat, and would not be trapped at all. He didn't expect that the warship had already been handed over. Lin Mo Yu asked again, "Then, do you know the method to obtain the vermilion bird egg?" Zhu Qiwu gave Lin Mo Yu a strange look. "Didn't you kill Pagoda Buddha? Go ask him yourself." Okay, it seems he doesn't know. But this matter is not urgent. Lin Mo Yu already understood the cause and effect, and he was slightly wary in his heart. In the future, if he starts the blood road of crossing the shore, he must not be careless. Especially since he has become a thorn in the side of the various races, he must be even more careful. Zhu Qiwu asked, "Now you can tell me, what good things did you get?" Lin Mo Yu stopped beating around the bush and threw the jade tablet containing the star-shattering law to Zhu Qiwu. Zhu Qiwu took the jade tablet with doubt, and his soul moved to check the information inside. The next second, his whole body froze like iron, his eyes widened, and he didn't move. He muttered to himself, "The inheritance of the star-shattering law. How could it be the inheritance of the law?" Chapter 1768. New member, Star Tower Lich. Zhu Qiwu looked at the jade tablet, then looked at Lin Mo Yu, his voice trembling a little. How did you get this thing? Lin Mo Yu told him about his experience in the Dark Void, and mentioned the star-shattering Supreme. When Zhu Qiwu heard the name of the Supreme, his face changed again. He murmured, according to this, above the Holy Venerable is the Supreme. Lin Mo Yu nodded, it should be. The Other Shore Realm and the Holy Venerable actually belong to the same Other Shore Realm. The Holy Venerable is just a more powerful Other Shore Realm, and its essence has not changed. The Supreme is another realm. It seems that this realm is extremely difficult to achieve. The invader from the Black Blood Great World once said that there is no Supreme in the Great World now. Obviously, he feared the Supreme, which shows the power of the Supreme and how difficult it is to become a Supreme. The former Supreme could guard the void alone. Even invaders as strong as the Black Blood Great World were difficult to cross the line. Lin Mo Yu cannot imagine how strong the Supreme can be. Perhaps one day, when he becomes the Supreme, he will understand. Lin Mo Yu looked at Zhu Qiwu. Senior, is this thing useful to you? Zhu Qiwu snorted softly, it's just so-so. That's what he said, but his movements were faster than anyone else's. Before he finished speaking, he had already put away the jade tablet. With the inheritance of the star-shattering law, not only can Zhu Qiwu faster sublimate the power of the law into the power of rules, but also more smoothly enter the Other Shore Realm. Moreover, after entering the Other Shore Realm, he can still advance by leaps and bounds and continue to move towards the Holy Venerable. You must know that even in the same Other Shore Realm, their strength is also very different. Not to mention the Other Shore Realm, even the same Holy Venerable has a big gap in strength. Killing Holy Venerable is very strong, but can't beat Heavenly Holy Venerable. The combat power of how Holy Venerable is a mystery. The Void Realm Law is very special. When dealing with opponents stronger than himself, its effect is greatly weakened. But when dealing with opponents weaker than himself, it is an supreme weapon, extremely terrifying. Lin Mo Yu asked, where do you plan to go next, Senior? Zhu Qiwu's eyes turned, naturally, to kill people. We humans have a saying, it is impolite not to reciprocate. Since they prepared a great gift for me, I naturally have to give something in return. However, I still need your help. When saying these words, there was murderous intent rising in Zhu Qiwu's eyes. The murderous intent was substantial. The newly restored starry sky crackled and once again showed spider web-like cracks. Lin Mo Yu seemed to have guessed what Zhu Qiwu was going to do. I'll take care of something first. Zhu Qiwu nodded, you take care of it. Killing people is not urgent. Saying that, Zhu Qiwu retreated to the side, holding the jade tablet and began to study it. The inheritance of the star-shattering law, from the powerful Supreme of the ancient times, has a great attraction for Zhu Qiwu. A large and a small mother-son pagoda floated in front of him. Lin Mo Yu guessed that the name of the pagoda Buddha was most likely because of these two pagodas. From the perspective of magic weapons, this mother-son pagoda is indeed very good. Its quality reaches the high level of the Divine Venerable realm, and it surpasses ordinary Divine Venerable magic weapons. It's a pity that the mother pagoda responsible for defense has been broken, and the son pagoda can still be used, but it is a bit of a waste to only regard it as an offensive magic weapon. The pagoda should have a name, but Lin Mo Yu doesn't need to know, it's not important. Undying flames burned in his palm, and a spell that hadn't been used for a long time was cast. Stellar spell. Summon Elemental Lich. Summon Elemental Lich Fusion Degree 150%. Use materials of different elements to summon different types of elemental liches. The quality of the materials will determine the level and growth limit of the elemental lich. The elemental lich can also increase its growth limit by absorbing higher quality materials. The elemental lich will not truly die, and will be reborn in the spell star after being fatally attacked. Only one elemental lich of the same type can exist at the same time. The undying flames burned fiercely, surrounding the Mother-Sun Pagoda, refining it. The level of the Mother-Sun Pagoda is very high, and the refining speed of the undying flames is very slow. Lin Mo Yu was not in a hurry and waited quietly. As long as the spell doesn't fail, refining it is only a matter of time. Time passed by, and 5 minutes later, some changes finally appeared in the Mother-Sun Pagoda. Their surfaces began to soften, obeying some strange rules, and they began to transform into another form. 10 minutes later, a ticking sound rang in the starry sky. The Mother-Sun Pagoda began to melt, they turned into liquid, and merged into one with the help of the undying flames. When the pagoda body was completely melted, the undying flames soared into the sky, and a powerful aura swept across the starry sky. The flames expanded, covering 100,000 miles of starry sky. Lin Moyu frowned slightly and quickly retreated. Zhu Qiwu was also awakened and quickly retreated as well. He saw the extraordinary nature of the undying flames and didn't want to come into contact with them. Looking at Lin Mo's incantation, Zhu Qiwu roughly understood what was happening. Lin Mo had previously used the summon elemental lich in front of him, and at that time, he almost blew up the cultivation room. The commotion at that time was already significant, but it was far from what it is now. If the commotion at that time had been the same as now, the undying flames would have been enough to devour the entire fortress. The powerful aura permeated the starry sky, spreading further and further. Many starry sky beasts were awakened and looked towards this place. Zhu Qiwu snorted, and his pressure surpassing the god Venerable realm erupted, causing those starry sky beasts to immediately become silent as cicadas, closing their eyes and no longer paying attention to this place. Just like during the great battle just now, which of them dared to come over? Each of them was pretending to be asleep. The commotion of the undying flames grew louder and louder, and the range was also expanding. Lin Mo and Zhu Qiwu retreated again, and in the blink of an eye, they had already retreated 300,000 kilometers. Zhu Qiwu said, "Can't the commotion be a little smaller?" Lin Mo said with a slightly helpless expression, "I didn't expect the commotion to be so big either." Lin Mo really didn't expect the commotion to be so big. It seemed that the quality of the mother-child towers was indeed extraordinary. Lin Mo was also somewhat looking forward to what kind of elemental lich would be summoned in the end, and what kind of abilities it would have. He didn't lack summonable creatures with powerful combat abilities now, instead, he hoped that summonable creatures with special abilities could appear. The undying flames burned continuously for an hour. Under Lin Mo's anticipation, an elemental lich gradually took shape. Its appearance exuded a metallic luster, and countless starlight was twinkling. Compared to other liches, it appeared more slender, with a bit less cuteness and a bit more sharpness. "Master," a crisp voice rang in his mind, and Lin Mo received the lich's information. Open black lens bracket star tower lich close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket realm, 6th order god Venerable close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket grade, high close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket growth limit, none close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket incantation, incarnate star tower close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket incarnate star tower, transform into a starfield, scattering starlight to form a defense that can withstand all attacks below high level god Venerable, while also increasing attack power by 1 level. The star tower can be applied to the master himself, or to the entire undead legion, regardless of the number, the effect remains unchanged, close black lens bracket. Looking at the lich's effect, a look of joy flashed in Lin Mo's eyes. As expected, it was a support-type lich. As the undead legion's realm increased, the enemies they faced became stronger and stronger, and the effect of the golden armor talisman was rapidly weakening. The golden armor talisman could only block attacks from the 2nd order god Venerable at most. If it couldn't be upgraded and modified, it would be somewhat useless. However, the modification of the golden armor talisman couldn't be accomplished overnight, it required time. The appearance of the Star Tower Lich brought powerful defense to the undead legion, perfectly replacing the golden armor talisman. Furthermore, it increased attack power, and the undead legion's combat power immediately increased by a large margin. Chapter 1769. I'm here, bringing slaughter. Zhu Qiwu leaned over, looking at your expression, this guy should be good, right? Lin Mo nodded, integrated offense and defense, very good. Zhu Qiwu didn't ask further, instead, he commented on Lin Mo's incantation, your incantation is really good. When you were using this incantation just now, I felt a peculiar power. It's not a law, nor does it resemble a rule, it's a very peculiar power. Lin Mo also felt something, that kind of power that seemed to come from ancient times, incomparably mysterious. It was indeed different from laws, and also somewhat different from rules. However, Lin Mo couldn't say what the true source of this power was. Zhu Qiwu's words reminded him of the system that had disappeared for a long time. The last time the system appeared, it killed Kong Wen Buddha's soul. A dignified 4th grade god Venerable's soul appeared incomparably fragile in front of the system. The power of the system still shocked Lin Mo when he thought about it now. Lin Mo had to consider whether the power of the incantation came from the system. However, upon careful recollection, it didn't feel quite right. There was a kind of confusing feeling. In the end, it's still because my strength is not enough, I can't see clearly. Lin Mo suppressed his thoughts and said to Zhu Qiwu, next, it's time to get down to business. Let's first ask about the situation of the vermilion bird egg. As he spoke, he took out the corpse of the pagoda Buddha. The corpse had already been blown to pieces, but that wasn't important. Even if there was only a piece of flesh and blood, it would be enough to cast the incantation. Stellar level incantation, undead rebirth. The undying flames burned again, and the pagoda Buddha's flesh and blood were reborn. The annihilated soul also reappeared under the mysterious power. Zhu Qiwu praised, what a magical incantation. To be able to revive the dead, I've never heard of such an incantation. I strongly suspect that you possess the bloodline of some ancient powerhouse. These incantations shouldn't belong to this era. Lin Mo smiled and shook his head, I don't know either. When I find the answer, I will tell you. Zhu Qiwu laughed, when you find the answer, I will have to call you senior. Lin Mo didn't stand on ceremony, that day will come. Zhu Qiwu was stunned, he knew that he had been taken advantage of, you little brat are really impolite. In the flames, the pagoda Buddha transformed into a reborn, quietly kneeling at Lin Mo's feet. Just like Lin Mo had judged, he was a god king. Undead rebirth was enough to revive and control god venerables. Even peak god venerables could be controlled. If it were the other shore realm, that wouldn't work. The other shore realm was too strong, and they would break free from the control of undead rebirth and even attack him. Although they would eventually be killed by the incantation, even a second of loss of control would be an incredibly dangerous thing. Lin Mo asked, tell me how to obtain the vermilion bird egg. The pagoda Buddha had become a reborn and couldn't disobey Lin Mo's orders, so he immediately said what he knew. In fact, the method was very simple. They had discovered a material they had never seen before in a mysterious place. Integrating this material into the soul world could make the soul world incredibly strong in a short period of time. The most troublesome thing about taking the vermilion bird egg was its flames. Not only would it burn the flesh, but it would also burn the soul. As long as they could block its flames, then taking the vermilion bird egg shouldn't be too difficult. As for burning the flesh, the pagoda Buddha had the starlight pagoda to protect his body, so the problem wasn't very big. Furthermore, combined with the newly discovered material, he could make the soul world ignore the burning flames in a short time. Moreover, his purpose this time wasn't to take the vermilion bird egg, he was just trying to get close to the vermilion bird. The one who would truly come to take the vermilion bird egg wasn't him, but another Buddha. It just so happened that the demon clan had contacted the Buddhist clan, wanting to launch a sniper attack on Zhu Qiwu, and it just so happened that it was in the vermilion bird battlefield. Therefore, this matter was also handed over to him to handle. Unexpectedly, the pagoda Buddha had died at Lin Mo's hands and had even revealed the Buddhist clan's method. From the storage item left behind by the pagoda Buddha, Lin Mo found this material. This was a ball of silver liquid, only the size of a fist. It was thicker than water and slightly viscous. Other than that, nothing else could be seen. The detection technique yielded no results, only saying that it was an unknown object. Zhu Qiwu curiously looked at the silver liquid, what is this thing? I've never seen it before. Lin Mo had never seen it either, but he had a sense of familiarity. After thinking for a moment, it seems somewhat similar to myriad colors water. Zhu Qiwu nodded, it is indeed somewhat similar. Could it be a treasure of the same level as myriad colors water? However, he wasn't very sure and was somewhat hesitant. He thought for a moment, why don't I try it out? Lin Mo nodded, I'd rather not. There's only one portion of this material, and it'll be gone once it's used. Resurrected beings don't lie. I plan to take it back and give it to the Holy One for research. Zhu Qiwu thought about it and agreed, all right, let's take it back for the Holy One to study. Lin Mo put away the silver liquid and then took out the corpse of the flame demon. He once again used undead rebirth to resurrect the flame demon. Looking at the flame demon and pagoda Buddha kneeling side by side, Lin Mo couldn't help but sigh with emotion. Two dignified peak divine venerables who wanted to kill him before were now kneeling before him. The great world is so cruel, life and death are just a moment away. Lin Mo asked, tell me the location of the demon fortress in the vermilion bird battlefield. This was the purpose of resurrecting him, to reveal the location of the demon fortress so that Zhu Qiwu could go and kill, paving a path with blood. Reciprocity, that's what this is all about. But this time, Lin Mo didn't get an answer. The flame demon, now a resurrected being, shook his head vigorously. Master, I swore an oath and cannot say. Lin Mo and Zhu Qiwu exchanged glances and immediately understood why he couldn't say it. He had made a Great World Oath. He probably couldn't even finish speaking the location before the Great World Oath would backfire. Even a peak divine venerable couldn't withstand it, and their soul would be annihilated in an instant. But it didn't matter that he couldn't say it. Lin Mo had other methods. Go back to the fortress. A new command was issued. At the same time, Lin Mo found a demon race warship in his storage item. The demon race warship, its refining method was also stolen from the human race back then. Its performance is inferior to human race warships, but it is better than Golden Eagle race warships, enough for traveling. The group jumped onto the warship, controlled by the flame demon, and flew towards the fortress. The warship constantly jumped and flickered in the void, continuously approaching the demon race fortress. In the battlefield, once a fortress stronghold is exposed, it will be subjected to the enemy's full attack. The human race's 10th fortress was once exposed, but at that time, Zhu Qiwu was guarding the starry sky, waiting until the fortress changed its location. The human race has also been searching for the location of the demon race fortress, but unfortunately, the battlefield is too large, and they have never been able to find it. Now, the demon race's fortress is finally about to be found by them. Zhu Qiwu's arrival also means the arrival of slaughter. Level. In the Buddhist starfield, the many treasures ancient Buddha was chanting scriptures, lecturing to his disciples. Suddenly, he frowned, and the lecture suddenly stopped. Then he said in a deep voice, "You comprehend on your own, this seat has something to leave for a while." As he spoke, his figure disappeared and came to another space. Here, the aura of ancient Buddhas permeated, and ancient Buddhas, each with solemn appearances. Even in the highest position, there were 3 Buddhas sitting on top. Seeing the many treasures ancient Buddha, one of the Buddhas spoke, "Many treasures, why did you interrupt the lecture? Is something the matter?" Many treasures bowed to the Buddha. Something did indeed happen. First 1770th chapter. We close the door to beat the dog. In the Buddhist world, the sound of morning bells resounded, and a heavy rain was falling from the sky. The Buddha has fallen, and the entire race is in grief. Especially since the one who died this time was the Pagoda Buddha, the peak of the Buddha, infinitely close to the ancient Buddha. The many treasures ancient Buddha, as the Pagoda Buddha's master, had given the Pagoda Buddha a Buddhist bead containing a trace of his soul. If there was danger, the Pagoda Buddha could crush the Buddhist bead, and his trace of soul could save his life. The many treasures ancient Buddha is equivalent to a human race's other shore realm expert. Even if it is only a trace of soul, its combat power can surpass a peak divine venerable in a short period. Normally speaking, saving the Pagoda Buddha would not be a problem. But he never expected Lin Mo's methods to be so fierce. His soul had just been projected when it was destroyed, and destroyed very cleanly. This was not something an ordinary divine venerable could do. He felt that another shore realm expert had taken action. His soul was destroyed, and morning bells rang again in the Buddhist race, and heavy rain poured down, meaning that the Pagoda Buddha was also dead. After listening to the many treasures ancient Buddha's narration, the 3 Buddhas looked at each other. The 3 Buddhas each have titles. The one on the left hand is the future Buddha, the one in the middle is the present Buddha, and the one on the right is the past Buddha. The current Buddhist race is managed by the present Buddha. And the present Buddha has another title outside, Great Sun Buddha. His spells often have the Great Sun above his head, hence the name. Only the high-level members of each race know that the Great Sun Buddha in the Buddhist race is the present Buddha. The past Buddha pinched a lotus flower with his hand, and strange colors bloomed from his fingertips. A crescent moon rose behind him, like a lost moon, already in the past. A certain special law was activated, and the law sublimated and formed the power of rules. After a moment, the past Buddha said in a low voice, "Judging from the feedback from the law of time, the one who killed the Pagoda Buddha and destroyed your soul is the same person." The many treasures ancient Buddha immediately asked, "Buddha, did you see who it was?" The past Buddha shook his head. The other party has rules to protect them, so they cannot be seen clearly, but it can be confirmed that it should be related to the human race's heavenly Holy One. Hearing that it was related to the human race's heavenly Holy One, The many treasures ancient Buddha blurted out, could it be that our method was discovered by the human race's heavenly Holy One? The past Buddha still shook his head. It's hard to say. This seat sensed the aura of the demon race, the golden eagle race, and the black stone race from the law of time. You can ask someone to ask if the pagoda Buddha had anything else to do on this trip. After thinking, the many treasures ancient Buddha spoke, I know about this matter, it was arranged by me for the pagoda to do. So he told about the demon race contacting the Buddhist race to jointly snipe Zhu Qiwu. The pagoda Buddha had two tasks on this trip. One was to try to get close to the vermilion bird egg, and the other was to join forces with the demon race to prevent Zhu Qiwu from stepping into the other shore. He did not report this matter to the three Buddhas, but he did not expect this accident. The three Buddhas simultaneously showed worry on their faces. The present Buddha said in a low voice, if it is really the human race's heavenly Holy One who took action, then this matter may be a bit troublesome. Saying that, he looked at the future Buddha, please use the law of time to see if my Buddhist race has suffered retaliation. The future Buddha nodded and closed his eyes to activate the law of time. Slowly, he frowned, I can't see it. The future seems to be shrouded in a layer of mist, making it impossible to see. The present Buddha said in a low voice, it seems that it really is related to the Holy One. The Holy One is at the same level as them. If it is related to the Holy One, they will be interfered with and unable to obtain specific information from the law. The present Buddha said, many treasures, pass on my decree and order all Buddhas to be vigilant and pay attention to the movements of the human race. The many treasures Buddha was shocked. Buddha, are you afraid that the human race will come to retaliate? The present Buddha did not answer and closed his eyes again. The three Buddhas did not say anything more. The demon warship continued to fly through the starry sky, heading towards the area where the demon fortress was located. After flying for several days, it finally stopped in an uninhabited starfield. This starfield was extremely dark. Within 100 light years, there were no stars or other celestial bodies. It could be considered extremely desolate. Zhu Qiwu sighed, I have been to this area before, but I didn't find anything at that time. I didn't expect the demon fortress to be here. This starfield is very large, so it is normal to miss it. Lin Mo also looked at this starfield and vaguely felt that something was wrong. His soul was stronger than Zhu Qiwu's current soul, and his senses were more acute. If compared to the former Zhu Qiwu, then there would be no possibility. Lin Mo felt the aura of a starry sky beast here. The aura was very ethereal, and the perception was that it was left over from a long time ago, but it was also very real. Lin Mo silently pondered his memories, suddenly recalling a special kind of star beast, and softly muttered, there's an aura of a dark star beast here. Zhu Qiwu glanced at Lin Mo with slight surprise. He hadn't considered this at all. After Lin Mo's reminder, he finally sensed something was wrong. After carefully sensing, he confirmed Lin Mo's words, it is indeed a dark star beast. No wonder we didn't notice it before. I didn't expect the demons to control a dark star beast, using it for cover. The dark star beast is a special kind of star beast. Its shape resembles a piece of black cloth and can grow very large, enough to obscure stars, hence the name dark star beast. Dark star beasts don't have much combat power. To protect themselves, they've evolved extremely strong concealment abilities. Those dark star beasts with higher cultivation levels can even obscure an entire star, concealing their aura along with it. As long as you don't touch them, they are very difficult to detect. Once, a dark star beast concealed a solitary star, carrying it through the starry sky, passing through the territories of many races without being discovered. It was only discovered when it encountered a beyond realm powerhouse. Among the demons, there are bewitchment demons, so controlling a dark star beast isn't impossible. Using a dark star beast to conceal their castle, unless a beyond realm expert comes, it's indeed difficult to discover. It was just bad luck that they ran into Lin Mo, who was brought back by his own people. It can be said that this time, there's truly no escape. Zhu Qiwu carefully sensed, locking onto the location of the dark star beast, but was stopped by Lin Mo as he was about to attack. Lin Mo said, no need to rush with the attack. Let's set up some arrangements to annihilate them all, leaving none alive. Zhu Qiwu nodded, what do you plan to do? Lin Mo smiled slightly, let's surround them. We'll trap them and beat them like dogs. As he spoke, he took out 100 drops of myriad color water and handed them to Zhu Qiwu. Zhu Qiwu's eyes widened, where did you get so much myriad color water? It's not like he hasn't seen myriad color water before. It's a great treasure, but the amount the human race can collect each year isn't much. Usually, it's not even enough for the Beyond Realm experts to share. He's only seen it, never used it. Lin Mo gave him 100 drops at once. Zhu Qiwu couldn't believe it was real. Lin Mo didn't answer Zhu Qiwu, and whispered, "Senior, leave those at the Divine Lord 4th Order and above to you later. Leave the rest to me." Zhu Qiwu nodded, "No problem, I'll crush them one by one." They left the warship and retreated tens of millions of kilometers. Then, Lin Mo released all the skeleton divine generals. A full 50 million skeleton divine generals, densely packed, occupied a large area of the starry sky. Zhu Qiwu was shocked again, "So many. How many can you summon?" Lin Mo honestly confessed, 50 million. Zhu Qiwu swallowed, "Good heavens, 5,000 Divine Lord 2nd Order skeletons, just thinking about it is terrifying." Lin Mo shook his head, "Not 2nd Order, but 3rd Order." At this moment, the star tower lich flew out, transforming into a tall tower above Lin Mo's head. The tower scattered starlight, and most of the starlight exploded in midair, falling on every skeleton divine general. The defense of the skeleton divine generals instantly increased to the Divine Lord 6th Order, and their attack power increased by 1 order, reaching the Divine Lord 3rd Order. Chapter 1771. After today, this war zone shall belong to the human race. Lin Mo had experience dealing with fortresses. In the Xuanwu battlefield, he had successfully annihilated the Golden Eagle race's fortresses, leaving none alive, and more than once. When 50 million skeleton divine generals with Divine Lord 3rd Order attack power and Divine Lord 6th Order defense power were dispatched, Zhu Qiwu had nothing to say. He was speechless. Even if he saw such a lineup, he would turn around and leave. Even if 50 million skeleton divine generals stood still and let him kill them, it would take him a long time to kill them all, and he didn't know if he could kill them all even if his power was exhausted. Unless he truly stepped into the Beyond Realm, he could clear these skeleton divine generals in a short time. Zhu Qiwu clicked his tongue and said, "Kid, you seem to be getting more and more abnormal." While commanding the skeleton divine generals, Lin Mo was very modest. "You flatter me, compared to you, senior, I'm still far behind." Zhu Qiwu chuckled, "Little brat, you've gotten bolder after not seeing you for a few years." Lin Mo laughed, "I learned it all from you. One must be bold in life and in doing things." Zhu Qiwu made a sound of disdain, "It seems you've experienced a lot in the past few years. After winning first place in the 4-star region competition, you should have gone to Divine City, right?" Lin Mo gave a sound of confirmation, "I did go. Tell me, what do you think of Divine City?" Zhu Qiwu asked with a smile. Looking at the skeleton divine generals flying towards the depths of the starry sky, his eyes narrowed, and his tone added a bit of emotion, "I don't have any special feelings." Zhu Qiwu looked a little strange. "Judging by your appearance, it doesn't seem like you have no feelings." Lin Mo shook his head, "What I'm feeling emotional about isn't Divine City, but the small world I was born in. The secret realms in the Divine City star region are a bit like the dungeons in my small world." Dungeons. Zhu Qiwu heard this word for the first time and didn't quite understand it. Lin Mo described the dungeons in his small world in detail. It was the first time he had told someone about the things in his small world. Zhu Qiwu listened to Lin Mo's words and fell into thought. He was born in a great world, born in Divine City. He had been to the secret realms in Divine City and the secret realms in the Human Emperor Network. In addition, he had also entered many mysterious places in the great world. He had even been to several small worlds, traveling in them for many years. Having lived for thousands of years, his experiences far exceeded Lin Mo's, and his knowledge was also greater than Lin Mo's. But he had never heard of dungeons before. Zhu Qiwu thought for a moment, but couldn't find a corresponding answer in his memory. "I didn't expect there to be such a magical place in the world. It seems your small world is very unique." Lin Mo nodded, "It is indeed very unique." The skeleton divine generals finally took their positions, and this area of the starry sky was completely surrounded. Lin Mo used undead vision to locate and accurately lock onto the location of the Dark Star Beast. No matter how hidden the Dark Star Beast was, it was impossible for its soul fire to hide. Under the undead vision, the Dark Star Beast's soul fire turned into a thin layer of fiery mist, scattered but not broken, covering a large area of the starry sky. From the intensity of the soul fire, it could be judged that the Dark Star Beast's cultivation level was only at the Divine King realm. But its combat power was probably only equivalent to a true god. 50 million skeleton divine generals completed the encirclement with the Dark Star Beast as the center point, separated by tens of millions of kilometers. Zhu Qiwu took out a formation plate, a space-locking formation plate. Activating the formation plate, a strange aura emanated from the space-locking formation, quickly spreading and covering 100 million kilometers of starry sky. Under the cover of the space-locking formation, teleportation arrays could not be used, and all teleportation-type items would lose their effect. The demons in the fortress immediately became turtles in a jar, waiting for Lin Mo to trap them and beat them like dogs. If there weren't so many skeleton divine generals, Zhu Qiwu alone would inevitably have missed many escapees. Moreover, it was impossible for Zhu Qiwu to find this place. Only half a minute after the space-locking formation was activated, changes appeared in the starry sky. A large hole appeared in the dark starry sky, and demonic aura emanated from the hole. Demons flew out of the hole to investigate the situation. Lin Mo chuckled, "Senior, it's up to you." Zhu Qiwu's eyes flashed with cold light, and murderous intent rose. "After today, the 10th war zone of the Vermilion Bird battlefield shall belong to our human race." As he spoke, a dazzling galaxy appeared on his body. Stars in the Law Galaxy flickered and died, and streams of majestic power flowed out of the Law Galaxy and into Zhu Qiwu's palm. He slapped out with his palm, and a huge palm appeared in the starry sky, flying towards the hole. The star-shattering laws converged in the palm, accompanied by the power of rules. Wherever the giant palm passed, the starry sky collapsed and flickered. Not only the starry sky, but the law lines within it were also shattered one by one. Zhu Qiwu's palm was somewhat similar to the fist in the ancient jade talisman. Although the two didn't originate from the same source, they achieved the same goal through different paths. The final results are all the same. Lin Mo Yu watched, lost in thought. Laws, rules, ancient symbols, are actually just external manifestations. Their origin is actually the same, they are all about mobilizing the power of the world. Seeking fresh flowers, just like the power I can mobilize after becoming the world master of the small world. The sudden realization allowed Lin Mo Yu to grasp a trace of the essence of power. The realization was small, allowing Lin Mo Yu to take a small step forward, but the significance was not small. It was like a door leading to the real core, opening a crack. Zhu Qiwu's voice came from his ear, "Shattering Star Palm, although I often used it before, but this time with your Shattering Star Supreme's inheritance, I have made some improvements to this palm." Lin Mo Yu didn't know how strong Zhu Qiwu's previous Shattering Star Palm was, but the palm in front of him was indeed very strong. The Shattering Star Law had sublimated, and part of it had transformed into the power of the Shattering Star Rule. The rule annihilated all laws except itself, and within the scope of the Shattering Star Palm, the Shattering Star Rule was the only king. The giant palm print flew through the starry sky, and when the demon race discovered the arrival of the Shattering Star Palm, it was already too late. The Black Star Beast screamed, its soul fire boiling violently, and then it was completely annihilated in the Shattering Star Palm. At this moment, the Shattering Star Palm was at least 100,000 kilometers away from the Black Star Beast. The Black Star Beast, a star behemoth with only stealth abilities, was really too fragile. The Black Star Beast, which only had the Divine King realm and a combat power only reaching True God, couldn't even withstand the aura of the outermost part of the Shattering Star Palm. With the death of the Black Star Beast, the originally hidden truth was immediately revealed. A huge fortress appeared in the starry sky. Flames were burning fiercely in the fortress, and the flames had two colors, one black-red, belonging to the fires of hell. The other was dark green, belonging to the fires of the abyss. The two flames were clearly distinct, and also divided the demon race into the hell and abyss systems. The sudden arrival of the Shattering Star Palm caught the demons off guard. In a panic, they began to activate the barrier of the demon fortress to defend. As for whether they could block it, that was unknown. Countless demons in the fortress were awakened, and powerful divine venerate auras shot out from the fortress. At the same time, a large number of battleships were urgently taking off. Zhu Qiwu didn't take the actions of the demon race seriously at all, but said lightly, "There are two types of demons in the demon race, the Hell Abyss demons, and each system has several royal families. Among them, the strongest royal family in the Hell system is the Thousand-Headed Lion Demon. They rarely take action, but they are the strongest royal family in the demon race. In the Abyss system, the strongest is the Abyss Dragon Demon, you have seen it several times. Chapter 1772, Blood Road completed, about to advance. Zhu Qiwu was very patient, explaining the internal structure of the demon race to Lin Mo Yu. Much of the information he talked about was not available on the Human Emperor network. More of it was his personal experience. For thousands of years, his main body rarely acted, but his clones were often outside, always dealing with the demon race. They had fought each other countless times, and Zhu Qiwu was very familiar with all kinds of demons. Under his explanation, Lin Mo Yu had a deeper understanding of the demon race. The giant palm that Zhu Qiwu slapped out flew across 100,000 kilometers of starry sky at a steady speed, and slapped on the barrier of the demon fortress. There was no deafening, soul-reaching roar. There wasn't even any dazzling light. The barrier shattered silently. Under the eye of the soul, the laws that made up the barrier were torn to shreds. The barrier collapsed, and the shattering star palm fell on the demon fortress. The seemingly extremely solid demon fortress was torn apart on the spot and couldn't stop it at all. The demon fortress was smashed to pieces, a large number of demons in the fortress died on the spot, and many powerful demons escaped from the fortress. Lin Mo Yu's eyes narrowed slightly. Was Zhu Qiwu's palm too strong, or was the demon fortress too fragile? Back then, the 100 races invaded and snatched a large amount of information from the human race. Relying on their talents, the various races were not very familiar with refining warships and fortresses. It was also with the information snatched from the human race that they refined warships and other war tools. But compared with the human race, there was still a big gap. The demon fortress seemed powerful, but compared with the human race's fortress, it was far behind. At least Zhu Qiwu couldn't smash the human race's fortress with one palm, perhaps a real other shore realm could do it, but Zhu Qiwu couldn't. Zhu Qiwu said with disdain, "Trash, they snatched so much information from my human race back then, and as a result, they refined this kind of trash." Lin Mo Yu lightly patted his horse. "Perhaps you are too strong." Zhu Qiwu smiled, "Although I know you are flattering, but I like to hear it, you can say more in the future." Lin Mo Yu agreed solemnly, "Yes, when I am stronger than you, you also remember to flatter me." Roll. Zhu Qiwu snorted, and his whole person turned into a stream of light and rushed over. The demon fortress was shattered, and many demons died. But those demons above the Divine Venerate realm had escaped beforehand. Zhu Qiwu and Lin Mo Yu had a clear division of labor. All demons of the Divine Venerate 4th Order and above were handed over to Zhu Qiwu to deal with. And the demons of the Divine Venerate 3rd Order and below were handed over to Lin Mo Yu to deal with. Zhu Qiwu took action, and Lin Mo Yu also followed closely and issued orders. The skeleton divine generals who had already completed the encirclement came from all directions. The Pagoda Buddha and the Flame Demon who had been turned into revenants by Lin Mo Yu also took action. A minute later, the dense white sword energy illuminated this dark void. The demons were screaming, and blood was floating in the starry sky. Human race, how could we be discovered by the human race? Buddha race, why are there Buddha race people? So many skeletons, these skeletons are all divine venerates, where did so many divine venerate skeletons come from? The demons were screaming frantically, and in the face of the skeleton divine general's ruthless encirclement, the demons fell like straw. Under the dense sword energy, the demons died without a whole body, and not even a good piece of meat could be found. Lin Mo Yu watched from a distance. This time he didn't take action. It was not necessary for him to take action against demons below the Divine Venerate 3rd Order. Lin Mo Yu's eyes were cold and ruthless, and the information he had seen in the past was churning in his mind. The current 4-star domains were once slaughtered by various races in that great war. At that time, the star domains collapsed, and the blood of the human race turned into a galaxy, flowing in the starry sky of the great world. The number of human race people who died in that disaster was more than billions, more than hundreds of millions. There were several races that even regarded the human race as blood food, eating human flesh and drinking human blood. That kind of scene was unimaginable. Compared with the small world, the human race in the great world had experienced a more cruel and terrible disaster. Now, things were reversed, and Lin Mo Yu would not have any mercy at all. His voice echoed in the starry sky. Back then, War God Shao only collected a little interest. Today, I am here, collecting insignificant interest again. This is what you owe my human race. The day I step into the other shore is the day when disasters will befall you all. His voice did not travel far, only he could hear it himself. His words were more like a vow, spoken to himself. Today's matter cannot be concealed. One of the characteristics of the demon race is that many demons possess clones. The one here may not be the main body. If the clone is killed, the main body will quickly know. It is estimated that the demons already know that it was Zhu Qiwu of the human race who killed them, and the Buddha of the Buddhist race also came. Lin Moyu even wondered if the demon race would think that the human race and the Buddhist race had joined forces to deal with the demon race. If the demon race and the Buddhist race could be set against each other, it might not be a bad thing. At this moment, Lin Moyu was like a high-ranking bystander, watching the slaughter before him. Zhu Qiwu's attacks were fierce. Under his attacks, no demon divine venerable could withstand 2 seconds. There were no peak divine venerables in the fortress. Even if there were, they probably only wanted to escape now. The battle only lasted for a dozen minutes before it came to an end. The encirclement of the skeleton divine generals continued to shrink. Under the undead vision, those demons who hid were also found and killed one by one. The blood of the divine venerables spread in the starry sky, forming a huge blood sphere with its majestic pressure. Zhu Qiwu stepped on the blood sphere, looking like a killing god. 2 at the 8th level, 3 at the 7th level, 5 at the 6th level, 12 at the 5th level, and 9 at the 4th level. A string of numbers was reported, and 31 divine venerables had died at the hands of Zhu Qiwu. Lin Moyu asked, "Do you want to destroy the demon fortress in War Zone 9? It was not difficult to find the demon fortress in War Zone 9. After these corpses became revenants, they could naturally lead the way. Zhu Qiwu shook his head. "It's too late, the blood path is complete." Lin Moyu looked at Zhu Qiwu. At this moment, Zhu Qiwu was stepping on the blood mass. This blood mass condensed from the blood and flesh of the divine venerables, and it was emitting a strange aura. This aura merged into Zhu Qiwu's body, seeming to evoke a certain law in the dark, and Zhu Qiwu's aura was rapidly rising. He entered the final moment of stepping onto the other shore. This slaughter allowed Zhu Qiwu to complete his sublimation early and begin to truly step onto the other shore. Now, nothing is more important than Zhu Qiwu's advancement to the other shore. Lin Moyu knows what is important. Then I'll clean up the battlefield and then go back. The skeleton divine generals began to clean up the battlefield according to Lin Moyu's will. Lin Moyu would not be polite with the corpses of the divine venerable realm, and he packed them all away. The skeleton divine generals also found a large number of storage items, as well as various magic weapons left by the demons. Whether good or bad, Lin Moyu accepted them all. At the same time, he issued new orders to the Flame Demon and the Pagoda Buddha, ordering them to go to the demon fortress in the 9th War Zone. After all, they were 2 peak divine venerables, enough to give the demons a headache for a while. Chapter 1773. Watch carefully, comprehend with your heart. The warship was sailing rapidly in the starry sky. Although it could not compare to the warship comparable to the other shore, Zhu Qiwu's warship still had the standard of a mid-level divine venerable realm. At the current speed, they could return to Fortress 10 in at most half a day. In the warship, Zhu Qiwu sat cross-legged. Behind him was a blood mass with a diameter of more than 1 meter. The blood mass not only came from the blood essence of those divine venerable realm demons in the fortress, but more of it was the blood essence accumulated by Zhu Qiwu in recent times by killing divine venerables of various races. Stepping onto the shore with a blood path, using killing to guide, and using blood to form a path. Zhu Qiwu said to Lin Moyu in a deep voice, "When we get to the place, I will start the blood path, cross the sticks, and step onto the other shore. You watch carefully, feel with your heart, perhaps it will be useful in the future." Zhu Qiwu spoke very seriously. Lin Moyu drank tea and said leisurely, "Is that okay?" The advancement to the other shore realm is a qualitative sublimation from laws to rules. The entire process can be as short as a few years or as long as hundreds of years. There is no fixed number. Stepping onto the shore with a blood path can greatly shorten this process. However, after collecting enough blood essence, one must complete the final leap over the river of laws, and truly set foot on the other shore. This leap is crucial, and one would generally find a hidden place, undisturbed by anyone. Normally speaking, someone like Zhu Qiwu should return to the Divine City and complete the final leap in the Divine City. But he wanted Lin Moyu to observe. This kind of trust, even between master and apprentice, father and son, may not exist. Lin Moyu understood in his heart, but his expression pretended to be relaxed, and he asked with a smile, "Is that okay?" Zhu Qiwu had an urge to beat Lin Mo Yu, and snorted heavily, "Watch if you want, don't if you don't." Lin Mo Yu quickly smiled and said, "I dare not disobey my elders, since senior has spoken, how dare junior not listen?" Zhu Qiwu glared at Lin Mo Yu, "Why didn't I realize before that you are so shameless?" Lin Mo Yu smiled and did not answer. At this moment, he thought of Antares. It seemed that he was also so relaxed and comfortable when he was with Antares. This kind of unreserved trust is very rare. Memories welled up in his eyes. Lin Mo Yu drank tea by himself and said nothing more. Zhu Qiwu continued to make his final adjustments. For the final leap, he had to adjust his energy, spirit, and soul to the best level. This leap must be perfect and flawless, to lay the foundation for the future. Zhu Qiwu had ambitions. The other shore realm was not the end. He wanted to become a figure like Hao Shengzhen, and achieve the Holy Venerable. The warship did not return to Fortress 10, but stopped in a strange starry sky. It was pitch black here, and in the distance, there was a little bit of starlight radiation coming over, bringing a little bit of light. Not far away, there were a large number of broken stars, and the broken stars formed a ring, spinning in the starry sky. This ring was more than 100,000 kilometers in diameter, and there were countless broken stars in it. Lin Mo Yu felt the aura of the broken star law, and vaguely had an answer in his heart. Is this the place where you old man experiments with laws? These broken stars were obviously broken by Zhu Qiwu, and the number was so amazing that the duration should not be short. Zhu Qiwu nodded, "Occasionally when I have insights, I always come to experiment." Lin Mo Yu smiled and said, "Understood, are you planning to break through here?" Zhu Qiwu hummed, "In fact, all the preparations have been completed long ago, and this final leap will not take too long, a few days if it's fast, and half a month if it's slow. I have made arrangements for this broken star ring, and outsiders cannot enter. I know what you are thinking, boy, although the divine city is safe, the battlefield is the best place for me. The broken star law is a combat-type law, seeking battle, not perfection. Once you lose your fighting spirit for safety, the road will come to an end." Lin Mo Yu understood Zhu Qiwu's words, so this time, knowing that the other party wanted to snipe him, Zhu Qiwu still went forward bravely. This is an advantage, but also a disadvantage. If he hadn't taken action this time, Zhu Qiwu's breakthrough might not have failed, but the process would have been very long. Lin Mo Yu also believed that Zhu Qiwu must have a backup plan and would not be reckless. Zhu Qiwu took out the myriad colors water that Lin Mo Yu gave him. "Originally, my broken star ring could only block people below the other shore realm. Now with the myriad colors water, even if someone from the other shore realm comes over, it can block them for a long time." As he said that, he sprinkled 10 drops of myriad colors water and flew to various positions in the broken star ring. The myriad colors water was very precious. Lin Mo Yu gave him 100 drops, and he was reluctant to use them all. What if no one came? Wouldn't that be a waste? Using 10 drops was already the limit. Under Zhu Qiwu's many years of arrangement, the broken star ring had become a powerful defensive formation. Now with the blessing of the myriad colors water, the formation has been greatly enhanced, and it can even block the other shore realm. Lin Mo Yu asked, "Can you use a little more? I have it here if it's not enough." Zhu Qiwu shook his head, "Enough, the myriad colors water is very precious and cannot be easily wasted. Moreover, even if there are 10 times more myriad colors water, the limit of this formation is still there. Besides, I don't only have one arrangement." As he said that, Zhu Qiwu took out a cyan gray piezi. The sign was engraved with a single character, "How." Lin Moi felt the power of rules from the sign, understanding it was the token of Holy Venerable Hao. Zhu Qiwu said, "Inside contains Holy Venerable Hao's full-powered strike. The attacked enemy will be trapped in a void, even a transcendent realm expert will be affected, unable to break free in a short time." As he spoke, he took out another golden token, identical in appearance to Holy Venerable Hao's cyan gray token. The difference was the character on it, which had become Tian, heaven. Zhu Qiwu said, "This is Holy Venerable Tian's token, capable of unleashing a strike equivalent to Holy Venerable Tian's full power. Take these 2 things. If anyone dares to disturb me, just hit them directly. Remember to use it with myriad colors water, the power will be even greater." Lin Moi had already guessed that Zhu Qiwu had a backup plan, but he didn't expect it to be Holy Venerable tokens. Each token contained a full-powered strike from a Holy Venerable, possessing immense power. If he had used the token when he was trapped back then, those god sovereigns would have died long ago. Lin Moi took the tokens. If I had known, I wouldn't have come to save you. You have a backup plan anyway. Zhu Qiwu chuckled, it's a life-saving item. It's best not to use it if possible. Alright, I'm going to start. Watch carefully. Star ring, activate. With his command, the shattered star ring instantly erupted with dazzling light. But it only lasted for a second before all the light disappeared simultaneously. The shattered star ring not only ceased emitting light, but instead began to devour it. While devouring light, it also concealed its internal aura. In the blink of an eye, this starry sky disappeared from the eyes of the world. In the eyes of ordinary people, this starry sky was as if it never existed. Zhu Qiwu activated the shattered star ring, then let out another soft shout. The Lost Star River suddenly emerged, encircling him, flowing endlessly. Within the Lost Star River, stars flickered and vanished, the entire river filled with the power of destruction. Open! Another low roar, the sound like thunder, exploded in Lin Moi's ears. The Lost Star River instantly expanded, transforming into a real great river, rushing endlessly in the starry sky. Laws transformed into river water, flowing with a booming sound. Stars rose from the river, only to be crushed by invisible destructive forces in midair. Zhu Qiwu, standing in the Star River, said to Lin Moi, feel it with your heart. Chapter 1774, taking shortcuts like this isn't right. He had seen many lost star rivers, but they were usually just phantoms. The higher the cultivation realm, the more real and vast the summoned Lost Star River, and the stronger the power that could be mobilized. But to display the Lost Star River directly in the starry sky like Zhu Qiwu, as a real long river, only peak god sovereigns could do it. Zhu Qiwu stood in the Star River, his black robe fluttering in the Star River. Countless laws rose from the Star River, entwining Zhu Qiwu's body. Law baptism, Zhu Qiwu shouted again, and the Lost Star River suddenly boiled. Countless laws spurted out like fountains, falling on Zhu Qiwu's body. His soul flew out from the top of Zhu Qiwu's head and sank into the Star River. The small soul, with the waves of the Star River, constantly rolled like a lone boat. But no matter how violent the waves of the Star River were, they could not submerge the soul. Instead, more laws merged into the soul. Zhu Qiwu's soul was a peak 4th grade, but it already had a trace of purple light, which was the sign of Jade soul giving birth to purple. This was a sign that the soul could continue to improve and enter the 5th grade. The soul rose and fell in the Lost Star River, and more laws merged into the soul. The soul of a peak god sovereign could already move freely in the Lost Star River, but could not cross the Lost Star River to reach the other side. The other side of the Lost Star River was the transcendence. Gradually, the soul was filled with shattered star laws, and the shattered star laws, through the soul, transmitted to the physical body. The physical body also benefited from this and was strengthened. However, the strengthening of the physical body was limited. Lin Moi could see that Zhu Qiwu's physical body was only equivalent to a God King First Order, and it was not even a God King Golden body, not as good as his own. Even if he became a transcendent, his physical body would at most reach the 3rd or 4th order of the God King realm. In terms of physical strength, the human race was indeed not very good. Lin Moi compared the physical bodies of the human race with those of the Black Blood Great World Invaders, and the difference between the two sides was extremely large. Even among the demon race, the Hellstone demons, who were the most skilled in physical bodies, would have a physical body 1 realm lower when they were peak god sovereigns, at most reaching the 9th order of the God King realm. Moreover, after becoming a transcendent, it was difficult for the physical body to reach the god sovereign realm. The cultivators of all races in the great world valued the soul realm and did not pay much attention to the physical body. Lin Moi faintly felt that this was not right. He felt that the importance of the physical body was not much less than that of the soul. If possible, he must advance side by side. He saw Zhu Qiwu's soul enter the Lost Star River, but his physical body did not. There must be a reason for this. He could ask about it after Zhu Qiwu achieved transcendence. The soul absorbed the shattered star laws and completely merged with the Lost Star River. Then the soul returned to the side of the physical body, but did not enter the physical body, but wrapped the physical body. After the soul completely wrapped the physical body began to sink and enter the Lost Star River. The power of the laws in the Lost Star River continued to surge. At this moment, the soul no longer absorbed the external power of the laws, but confronted the power in the Lost Star River. It was protecting the physical body. Lin Moi understood a little. After the soul absorbed the laws, it needed to provide protection. What really needed to cross the Star River to become a transcendent was not just the soul, but also the physical body. Only when the soul and the physical body crossed the Lost Star River together could one achieve transcendence. The power of the Lost Star River was endless and extremely powerful. The soul first absorbed the power of the Lost Star River, and now it was confronting it. The difficulty was extremely high. Lin Moi watched very carefully and gradually discovered the clues. The shattered star laws absorbed by the soul had already changed. The power of the laws had sublimated, and the power of rules had been integrated into it. In fact, the soul was using the power of rules to confront the Lost Star River. At this time, the soul reached out and summoned the blood clot that had been prepared long ago. The blood clot contained the essence blood of at least dozens of god sovereigns, containing extremely powerful power. After refining these powers, the law attributes were removed, becoming extremely pure. The blood clot flew over and crashed into Zhu Qiwu's body, exploding with a bang. A blood path built of fresh blood suddenly emerged. One end of the blood path plunged into the Lost Star River, and the other end extended into the distance. That place was the transcendence. This is the blood path, using killing as a guide, using blood to build the road. It's not some conceptual thing, but a real blood path. This way, the difficulty will be much lower. Lin Moi seemed to understand. When Zhu Qiwu wrapped his physical body with his soul just now, it was not that he had not tried to move, but he had only moved one step with great effort. If the physical body was not wrapped by the soul, the physical body would not be able to withstand the erosion of the Lost Star River and would collapse in the Lost Star River, and it would be bad if the body died and the Tao disappeared. Now that there was this blood path, everything became simple. As long as Zhu Qiwu could step onto the blood path and move forward along the blood path, he could reach the transcendence. This difficulty was reduced by at least dozens of times. Zhu Qiwu finally raised his foot and truly stepped onto the blood path. Then, step by step, take the second and third steps forward. Although he is still in the Lost Star River, it can't stop him. The Lost Star River on both sides of the blood path roared continuously, and for a time, huge waves surged into the sky. The blood path swayed in the huge waves, looking as if it would be washed away at any time. However, the blood path is very solid and has not broken after all. Lin Mo Yu already understood, but there were still many questions in his mind. Intuition told him that this method was wrong. This method is equivalent to taking a shortcut. In Lin Mo Yu's view, the baptism of the Lost Star River is not only to baptize the soul, but also to baptize the body. Using this clever method, although the other shore is achieved, the body has not been baptized. Perhaps now that he has reached the other shore, one day in the future, when he wants to climb to a higher realm, he will be restricted. Diaresis, could it be that this is the reason why there is no supreme in this era? Lin Mo Yu thought in his heart. In the ancient times, the great world had supremes. But now this era does not have them, and the reason for this is where. Lin Mo Yu watched Zhu Qiwu step on the blood path and approach the other shore step by step. Now that things have reached this point, he can't stop it. But even if he could stop it before, it would be useless. Zhu Qiwu could not possibly delay for thousands of years because of his physical body, which might make him unable to set foot on the other shore for the rest of his life. Make the best of a mistake, no matter what, let Zhu Qiwu set foot on the other shore first. The future can be discussed in the future. What's more, what Lin Mo Yu thought was just his own speculation. Zhu Qiwu walked very steadily, indeed healed meaning one step at a time, but unfortunately he was wrong from the beginning, and it was useless to walk steadily later. As Zhu Qiwu continued to move forward, the purple light in his soul was gradually becoming stronger. The purple light is like a primer, and at this moment it begins to expand and begins to sublimate more souls into purple jade soul supports. Along with it, the laws are also sublimating, and the laws are sublimating into rules. When Zhu Qiwu completely sets foot on the other shore, his soul will officially become a 5th grade purple jade soul, and the power of law throughout his body will also become the power of rules. At that time, he will be a genuine other shore realm powerhouse. According to Zhu Qiwu's current speed, Lin Mo Yu estimates that in less than 3 days, Zhu Qiwu can complete the blood path and reach the other shore. In the blink of an eye, 2 days passed, and Zhu Qiwu had been walking smoothly. Most of his soul has been transformed into a purple jade soul, and his whole body exudes the power of rules. In another half a day, he will be able to complete the blood path. Suddenly, the shattered star ring vibrated. Outside the shattered star ring, a terrifying and huge figure appeared. Chapter 1775. An idiot who has lost his mind. Terrible pressure surged in the starry sky. Roars of dragons shook the soul through the shattered star ring. Found you. The cold voice was full of killing intent, and the dark green abyss fire ignited on the shattered star ring. The abyss fire spread at an alarming rate, and in just a few breaths, it burned the entire shattered star ring. The starry sky was dyed dark green. Lin Moyu saw a pair of huge and gloomy eyes. The owner of these eyes was no stranger, an old acquaintance, the Abyss Dragon Demon. The Abyss Dragon Demon is destroying the shattered star ring, but his eyes are fixed on Lin Moyu. I finally found you, you are dead this time. Lin Moyu's expression remained unchanged, and he said calmly, you dare to come here. A powerhouse of the other shore realm is openly attacking. Aren't you afraid that the Holy Venerable will kill you for violating the rules? The Abyss Dragon Demon sneered, you killed my clone, so it doesn't violate the rules for me to attack you. So that's what happened. Lin Moyu suddenly understood. There are still such rules. It seems that there are still many things he doesn't understand. But rules are made by people and can be changed by people. As long as you are strong enough, no rules can restrict you. The shattered star ring is burning fiercely, making crackling sounds. Shattered stars are burned to ashes, and the shattered star ring is becoming thinner at a speed visible to the naked eye. As another shore realm Abyss Dragon Demon, his abyss fire also contains the power of rules, which is enough to burn the shattered star ring. If Zhu Qiwu hadn't used 10 drops of myriad color water, the shattered star ring would have collapsed long ago. But now it seems that it won't last too long. Lin Moyu flicked his finger, and 10 drops of myriad color water flew out and landed on the shattered star ring. The shattered star ring, which was originally on the verge of collapse, suddenly burst out with powerful vitality again. The Abyss Dragon Demon's dragon eyes shrank sharply. Myriad color water, you are actually using myriad color water on this piece of junk. Are you crazy? Lin Moyu smiled and said, I like to use it, it's none of your business. As he said that, he flicked out 10 more drops of myriad color water to continue to amplify the shattered star ring. The Abyss Dragon Demon was about to go crazy, and his eyes revealed a strong killing intent, as well as greed and jealousy. He could see that Lin Moyu didn't care about the consumption of myriad color water at all, which meant that Lin Moyu still had a lot of myriad color water. No matter where Lin Moyu's myriad color water came from, now as long as he kills Lin Moyu, the myriad color water will be his. Lin Moyu felt the Abyss Dragon Demon's greed and sneered, you want it, but I won't give it to you. As he said that, he flicked out 10 more drops of myriad color water to continue to maintain the shattered star ring. The Abyss Dragon Demon was really going crazy, you madman, idiot. In his opinion, the first drop of myriad color water that Lin Moyu used belonged to him. The more Lin Moyu used, the less he would get. He frantically spewed dragon breath, and the abyss fire burned even more fiercely. The starry sky was completely shrouded in dark green abyss fire, gloomy and terrifying. The vibration of the shattered star ring became more and more violent, and it was on the verge of shattering again. Just like what Zhu Qiwu said, the shattered star ring has a limit. Even if you give more myriad color water, the limit is still there. But Lin Moyu seemed not to believe in evil, and took out 10 more drops of myriad color water and continued to flick it onto the shattered star ring. Then 10 more drops of myriad color water appeared in his hand, ready to be launched. The Abyss Dragon Demon became even more frantic. Mine, these are all mine, you are not allowed to use them anymore, these are all mine. Lin Moyu sneered, you think I won't use them just because you said so? You're overthinking. Immediately, he flicked these 10 drops of myriad color water into the shattered star ring. The shattered star ring was already crumbling, and even with the blessing of myriad color water, it could only last for a few more seconds at most. For a few seconds, wasting 10 drops of extremely precious myriad color water was really unacceptable. The Abyss Dragon Demon was completely enraged. Bastard, you are not allowed to use my myriad color water anymore, stop for this Venerable. Lin Moyu looked at his appearance, and a hint of playfulness flashed in his eyes. This guy's soul is injured and has not healed. His emotions are extremely unstable. He may be able to remain calm usually, but once stimulated, he will lose his mind. Losing his mind may make his combat power even stronger, but it will also make him easier to deal with. At the Abyss Dragon Demon's realm, there are not many things that can attract him. Hatred for himself is one factor, and another factor is the myriad color water that can arouse his greed. Lin Moyu knew that myriad color water was very precious, so he showed that he had a lot of myriad color water and that he was very wasteful. Under the double stimulation of hatred and greed, coupled with the Abyss Dragon Demon's own injuries, Lin Moyu succeeded. The Abyss Dragon Demon finally lost his mind. At least, that's how it looks. Lin Moyu pointed his finger, and the undead flames burned fiercely. The skeleton throne emerged from the undead flames. The Skeleton King responded and came out, and the skeleton throne turned into a double-handed bone sword. The next second, the Skeleton King charged towards the Abyssal Dragon Demon. The two confronted each other across the crumbling shattered star ring. The Abyssal Dragon Demon laughed maniacally. Do you think you can stop me with such a 4th-level god venerate? Lin Moyu sneered, we'll only know after trying. Countless skeleton divine generals appeared in the starry sky, forming a battle formation, shielding Lin Moyu and Zhu Qiwu behind them. Then, the Star Tower Lich flew out, transforming into a pagoda. The pagoda scattered starlight, forming a defense, and simultaneously amplified attacks by 1 level. The Skeleton King's attack power could reach the 5th level of God Venerate, and its defense power could reach the 6th level of God Venerate. But even that wasn't enough. Lin Moyu summoned 10 more drops of myriad-colored water, which fell onto the Skeleton King. The Skeleton King's aura instantly increased dozens of times, its combat power directly approaching the 8th level of God Venerate. The Abyssal Dragon Demon was stimulated again. Bastard, you dare waste myriad-colored water, I will put your soul on the abyssal fire to roast for 10,000 years. Lin Moyu chuckled, that'll be after you can kill me. The shattered star ring finally collapsed, and the Abyssal Dragon Demon let out a cruel laugh, you're dead. He spewed dragon breath towards the Skeleton King, and the Skeleton King was instantly engulfed in abyssal fire. The bones all over its body made cracking sounds. The gap between the Skeleton King and the Abyssal Dragon Demon was too great to resist. The Abyssal Dragon Demon grinned, flapping its wings, smashing countless skeleton divine generals along the way. No matter how many skeleton divine generals there were, they couldn't stop him, not even for half a second. You're dead, you're dead. The Abyssal Dragon Demon laughed wildly. He locked onto Lin Moyu, his eyes full of hatred. The Abyssal Dragon Demon hated this guy who killed his clone to the core. But what the Abyssal Dragon Demon didn't notice was that when he burned the Skeleton King to death, the Skeleton King's body was covered in a layer of grey mist. The bone hell was broken by him. At the same time, Lin Moyu completed the mark. The Abyssal Dragon Demon suddenly felt Lin Moyu's aura constantly increasing, becoming stronger and stronger. In the blink of an eye, he had broken through the God King realm, reaching God Venerate. In just one breath, Lin Moyu reached the 5th level of God Venerate. At the same time, he felt another aura, and he became even more excited. Source rune, it's actually a source rune. Ha 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 ha, it would actually be a source rune. Kill you, and the source rune will be mine. He became even more frantic, his whole body trembling with excitement, and the dragon's roar continued one after another. Chapter 1776. Next time, I will definitely kill you. The Abyssal Dragon Demon became more and more frantic, almost insane. He himself possessed a source rune, which Lin Moyu had experienced before. The Abyssal Dragon Demon wanted to kill Lin Moyu and seize the source rune, but Lin Moyu had also been thinking the same thing. Source rune, what distant memories? Lin Moyu murmured softly, it was indeed called source rune when he first obtained it. Later, as his realm became higher and higher, the source rune evolved into source art. Looking at the Abyssal Dragon Demon again, it seemed to be still a source rune, without any mention of source art. In the art system like the vast sea of stars, a difference of one word often means a huge difference. Laws and rules have the difference between heaven and earth. From the Abyssal Dragon Demon's frantic words, Lin Moyu realized one thing: he did obtain the source rune, but he failed to transform it into an art. If the source rune could not be transformed into an art, how could it remain in the Abyssal Dragon Demon's body? It's a bit strange, why is this? Lin Moyu didn't understand. Perhaps there would be an answer after killing him. The bone hell completed the mark, and the soul firmly locked onto the Abyssal Dragon Demon. Watching him constantly break through the defense line formed by the skeleton divine generals, Lin Moyu summoned the ancient rune jade tablet, and the soul-shooting bow appeared above his head at the same time. 20 drops of myriad-colored water flew out, 10 of which merged into the ancient rune jade tablet, and 10 of which merged into the soul-shooting bow. The power of faith was also divided into two, half merged into the ancient rune jade tablet, and half merged into the soul-shooting bow. The abyssal dragon demon's eyes almost popped out. Don't waste my myriad-colored water, stop, stop. He became more and more frantic, almost completely losing his mind. Lin Moyu had a cold smile on his lips, and his soul power surged, and the ancient rune jade tablet was immediately activated. A huge fist appeared in the starry sky, with ancient runes flashing on the fist. The space around the fist instantly collapsed, and the law lines in the space were also crushed and destroyed at this moment. The power of rules was spreading, and no laws could exist near the ancient rune giant fist. Driven by the soul power of the 5th level of God Venerate, plus a full 10 drops of myriad-colored water, and the power of faith, the power of the ancient rune giant fist officially reached the other shore realm. Lin Moyu had some insights in his heart. This may also be the limit of the ancient rune jade tablet. The abyssal dragon demon finally broke through the obstruction of the skeleton divine generals. He said frantically, "You are dead, you are dead. Myriad-colored water, ancient source rune, are all mine, all mine." As soon as he came out, what he saw was not Lin Moyu, but a huge fist flashing with ancient runes. A powerful suction force was born on the fist, making it difficult for the abyssal dragon demon to escape. The abyssal dragon demon's eyes shrank sharply, he spat out a dragon's roar, and his whole body was covered in abyssal fire. The abyssal fire was like armor, firmly protecting it. Lin Moyu saw a rune appearing in the abyssal fire, a fighting character rune. It was still the familiar ancient Chinese character, completely different from the current characters in the Great World. It was close to the primitive ancient writing of the ancient era, but with some differences. The fighting character rune greatly increased the power of the abyssal fire, and the abyssal dragon demon's aura also increased. However, as its power increased, Lin Moyu clearly realized that its soul was enduring unimaginable pressure, and its sanity had fallen to the bottom. In the abyssal dragon demon's eyes, all emotions other than hatred, madness, and greed had disappeared. Sure enough, he didn't really get the source rune. The side effects are really not small. If the source rune could be successfully transformed into an art, not only would its power become greater, but there would not be too many side effects. But now, the abyssal dragon demon used the power of the source rune, but it made his soul even more unbearable. The ancient rune giant fist collided with the abyssal fire, and terrifying flames swept across the world. These dark green flames contained unimaginable power, enough to burn a god Venerate to death. Even the peak god Venerate could not last too long. Lin Moyu summoned more skeleton divine generals and legion rulers to protect the area where Zhu Qiwu was located. After the ancient rune giant fist and the abyssal fire stalemated for a few seconds, they both collapsed. The two sides were evenly matched, and there was no winner. The abyssal dragon demon laughed wildly, "Your trump card is gone, you." Before he could finish his words, an astonishing aura rose from Lin Moyu again. Source art. Strong troops. The abyssal dragon demon's eyes widened again, "You have 2 source runes." Lin Moyu did not answer. The strong troops art was activated, and the remaining soul power was all injected into the soul-shooting bow. A purple soul arrow condensed on the soul-shooting bow, and 10 drops of myriad-colored water and the power of faith further blessed and amplified it. The starry sky collapsed, and the purple soul arrow also broke through the god Venerate realm, barely entering the other shore realm. Because it was a soul attack, its power could not be estimated by common sense, especially when dealing with existences like the abyssal dragon demon whose souls were injured. The threat was greater than the ancient rune giant fist. The abyssal dragon demon seemed to feel the threat, and once again rose the abyssal fire, and at the same time spewed a mouthful of dragon breath towards Lin Moyu. A purple light flashed, the soul arrow shot out, and at the same time Lin Moyu summoned the golden sword and waved it gently. A golden shield appeared in front of him, blocking the dragon breath. The golden shield sizzled under the dragon's breath from the other shore realm, as if it would collapse at any moment. Lin Moyu ejected 10 drops of myriad colors water, stabilizing the golden shield. Lin Moyu already knew the limits of the golden sword. Perhaps fearing that he would rely on the golden sword too much, Heavenly Saint Sovereign did not inject too much power of the rules. The golden sword, modified by Heavenly Saint Sovereign, could block most attacks below the other shore realm. If it encountered an attack like a peak godly paragon self-destructing, he would still be injured. Attacks from the other shore realm could not be completely blocked either, but with Lin Moyu's coordination with the myriad colors water, it was not a problem to hold on for a moment. The screams of the Abyss Dragon Demon came from his ears. Its soul was severely damaged, and the Abyss Dragon Demon rolled madly in the starry sky, screaming incessantly. 0. Lin Mo Yu, with a cold expression, summoned a huge corpse beside him. The corpse was covered in vines, shaped like a star. It was the stellar fire vine that he had not even used when he saved Zhu Qiwu before. As a plant-based stellar fire vine, it possessed astonishing vitality. Lin Mo Yu's fingertips once again produced 10 drops of Myriad Colors water, using the Myriad Colors water to activate a spell. Stellar level spell, Corpse Burst. Strong troop amplification, Myriad Colors water amplification, detonating the corpse of a plant-based godly paragon rank 9 starry sky behemoth. Boom! A violent explosion occurred in the starry sky, the entire scene resembling a stellar supernova. A huge ball of light appeared in the starry sky, and terrifying shockwaves swept in all directions. The Undead Legion quickly formed a formation to resist the shockwaves. Lin Mo Yu retreated to in front of Zhu Qiwu, activating the golden shield to block the impact for Zhu Qiwu. Zhu Qiwu was at a critical juncture in his progress and must not be disturbed. The screams of the Abyss Dragon Demon disappeared, and the starry sky gradually returned to calm. The Abyss Dragon Demon was now extremely miserable, its huge body riddled with holes, dragon scales shattered, flesh and blood flying, bones exposed, and not a single piece of good flesh on its entire body. Its aura also declined sharply, no longer at the other shore realm, not even as good as a peak godly paragon. However, this explosion also extinguished its madness, and the Abyss Dragon Demon's eyes regained their composure. The Abyss Dragon Demon said coldly, "This sovereign underestimated you." Abyss fire emerged from its body again, the source rune flashing in the abyss fire. The Abyss Dragon Demon's injuries were recovering at an alarming rate, but at the same time, its aura was also weakening. Using the source rune was not without its price. 4. Chapter 1777. So be it, at least it's not a loss. In the blink of an eye, the Abyss Dragon Demon's injuries had recovered, but its aura was much weaker than before, almost falling below the other shore realm. The only things that had not weakened were the killing intent, the hatred for Lin Mo Yu, and the deep greed. The Abyss Dragon Demon's cold eyes stared fiercely at Lin Mo Yu. "This time you got lucky, next time this sovereign will definitely kill you. He's going to escape." Lin Mo Yu's heart stirred, and the skeleton god generals surrounded him again. "Get out of the way!" The Abyss Dragon Demon roared, bumping away the skeleton god generals, and flew outwards. It was true that Lin Mo Yu could not stop a powerhouse of the other shore realm from escaping. Once he escaped the encirclement, it would be difficult to kill him again in the vast starry sea, and all previous efforts would be wasted, and the Myriad Colors water would also be considered a waste. Lin Mo Yu naturally would not allow this. From the moment the Abyss Dragon Demon appeared, he had exhausted all his plans. How could he let him escape like this? "I originally wanted to save some, but now it seems, I still have to use it." 270. Lin Mo Yu took out the golden token given by Zhu Qiwu, with the character, Heaven, engraved on the token. Heavenly Saint Sovereign's token, once activated, could unleash a Saint Sovereign strike. Moreover, Heavenly Saint Sovereign's power was among the top of several Saint Sovereigns. The Abyss Dragon Demon saw the token in Lin Mo Yu's hand, sensed the Saint Sovereign aura on the token, and immediately showed horror, even screaming, "How do you have a Saint Sovereign token?" Lin Mo Yu chuckled and immediately activated the token. The token exploded, condensing the majestic figure of Heavenly Saint Sovereign in the starry sky. From it, Lin Mo Yu felt the soul aura belonging to Heavenly Saint Sovereign. There was a trace of Heavenly Saint Sovereign's soul in the token. Heavenly Saint Sovereign's illusion was 100,000 meters tall, overlooking the Abyss Dragon Demon like a supreme existence. He raised his hand, blooming golden light, the light gathering into a golden sword. At this time, Lin Mo Yu ejected 10 drops of Myriad Colors water and sent them to the golden sword. Since he was going to do it, he would do it to the extreme, making the Abyss Dragon Demon completely despair. "You can't escape." Lin Mo Yu's words, like the final judgment, determined the fate of the Abyss Dragon Demon. The golden sword cut through the starry sky, turning hundreds of millions of miles of starry sky into a golden world. In the golden ripples, the Abyss Dragon Demon's body shattered and was completely annihilated, leaving only a wisp of flame. The dark green abyss fire burned fiercely in the starry sky, and in the flame, there was a fight character. This was the 4th origin rune Lin Mo Yu had seen. He had the soldier character and the fighter character, and Mo Yun had the forward character. Unfortunately, Mo Yun failed to enter the open black lens bracket origin secret realm close black lens bracket, and failed to transform the forward character into a spell. Now Mo Yun had already entered the coffin of slumber, and the forward character had long since disappeared, returning to heaven and earth. There were many origin runes, and the same rune could appear at the same time. But after the origin rune was transformed into a spell, the same rune would no longer appear. Lin Mo Yu's soldier and fighter, 2 origin runes had become spells, and these 2 runes would no longer appear in the world. And the fight character in front of him had obviously not been transformed into a spell, and was still in the rune state. After obtaining the fight character, the Abyss Dragon Demon neither transformed it into a spell, nor could he retain it, which was really amazing. Lin Mo Yu reached out to grab the fight character, when Heavenly Saint Sovereign's illusion suddenly shouted, "Stop!" Lin Mo Yu stopped, thinking that Heavenly Saint Sovereign was also interested in the fight character. Heavenly Saint Sovereign's voice was low, "This rune is controlled by the Abyss Demon Lord, and outsiders cannot obtain it. If you touch it, you will either die and disappear, or become a slave of the Abyss Demon Lord." Lin Mo Yu's expression changed slightly. He opened his eye of soul to look carefully, and then switched to his eye of the undead, finally seeing a trace of the clue. This fight character was not the main body, but only a clone of the real origin rune. Each origin rune had its own function. After becoming a spell, if it could create a clone and control others, it was not impossible. Creating a clone was originally one of the abilities of the demon race. Moreover, there was a trace of soul at the core of this fight character. This trace of soul, seemingly weak, gave Lin Mo Yu an extremely terrifying feeling. Heavenly Saint Sovereign slowly raised his hand and condensing a golden sword again. But compared to the previous one, it was obviously weaker. Heavenly Saint Sovereign looked at Lin Mo Yu and then at Zhu Qiwu, who was moving forward on the blood path, nodded slightly, and then his figure completely disappeared. Lin Mo Yu breathed a sigh of relief. Should no one come to disturb us again? Although he said so, he still sent out a large number of skeleton god generals, representing the shattered star ring, to guard this star field. In the undead vision, even the existence of the other shore realm could not sneak in. Lin Mo Yu murmured, "This battle was a bit of a loss." He used 100 drops of myriad colors water, his power of faith was exhausted, and even the corpse of the stellar fire vine was used up, but he gained nothing. Lin Mo Yu was a little unwilling, and carefully searched the starry sky. Heavenly Saint Sovereign's sword earlier had struck the Abyss Dragon Demon's soul to fly away and his bones to be gone. But before that, the corpse explosion he triggered had blown it to pieces. Perhaps with luck, something might be left. The starry sky was full of rubble, and it would be difficult for Lin Mo alone to find anything. Fortunately, he had enough subordinates, and with the tireless efforts of tens of millions of skeletons, they finally made some discoveries after searching for more than 10 minutes. A total of 6 dragon scales were found, each of which had been shattered and was devoid of life. But that was enough. As long as there were dragon scales, Lin Mo could use them to perform corpse explosions. The power was equivalent to a self-detonation by someone in the other shore realm, and even a Saint Venerable would have to retreat. It was equivalent to having a life-saving trump card. After a few more minutes, new discoveries were made. A storage item was found in a shattered meteorite. This storage item looked like a dragon skin, but it was actually a magical treasure, exuding the unique aura of a magical treasure. However, this aura was obviously concealed and was very weak. The owner of the magical treasure was dead, and it had become an unowned object. Lin Mo's soul easily probed into it. A huge space appeared in his field of vision, filled with countless items. Most of them were items specifically for the demon race, and there were also many materials of the god Venerable realm. Lin Mo glanced over them and found that these materials were also suitable for the demon race. They were of no use to him and could only be exchanged for points. He didn't find any good magical treasures. The Abyss Dragon Demon didn't seem to have used any magical treasures from beginning to end. Lin Mo guessed that the great battle a long time ago not only injured the Abyss Dragon Demon, but also broke his magical treasures. The Abyss Dragon Demon in the other shore realm had been recuperating. He couldn't see ordinary magical treasures, and he couldn't get good other shore realm magical treasures, so he became a pauper. It seems I can only sell these things in exchange points for magical treasures. Oh well, at least I didn't lose money. Lin Mo put away the dragon's skin. Suddenly, the starry sky shook, and a series of wonderful sounds came from the distant starry sky. Chapter 1778. Then what are we waiting for? Let's do it quickly. The sound came from an extremely distant place and echoed in the soul. Not only Lin Mo heard it, but the entire human race, all those above the transcendent God realm, heard this sound. The sound was like a beautiful piece of music, and it was impossible to tell what it was playing, but one could feel its meaning. This was a sound of congratulations, the great world congratulating Zhu Qiwu on entering the other shore realm. At the core of the human race divine city, all the other shore realm experts simultaneously showed joy. Another member of our human race has entered the other shore realm. Who has entered the other shore realm? It should be the previous guardian of the Vermilion Bird battlefield, Zhu Qiwu. Zhu Qiwu, the disciple of Holy Venerable Hao. I remember he was just at the half-step other shore realm before. How could he be so fast? It should be him. He had already started the shore-crossing blood road before. Calculating the time, although it's a bit fast, there shouldn't be anyone else. Holy Venerable Hao has a good eye. He took in 3 disciples, one in the other shore realm, and the other 2 are also peak god venerables. Maybe one day they can also achieve the other shore realm. The other shore realm experts discussed one after another. In a more mysterious place, Heavenly Saint Venerable, Holy Saint Venerable Hao, and Killing Saint Venerable stood together. They were studying the invaders from the Black Blood Great World. Although they were dead, only a corpse remained. But even a corpse had extremely high research value. The ancient powerhouses were once just legends, but now the ancient powerhouses were right in front of them, which was a great attraction to people at their level. The 3 of them also heard the congratulatory sound from the great world at the same time. Holy Saint Venerable Hao smiled. Qiwu has achieved the other shore realm. Heavenly Saint Venerable smiled and congratulated. I didn't expect him to complete the shore-crossing blood road so quickly. He is indeed a talent, and he has hope of achieving the Saint Venerable in the future. Holy Saint Venerable Hao shook his head slightly. I can't say he will achieve the Saint Venerable, but he can at least reach the peak of the other shore realm. Even if he is not as good as the Saint Venerable, he won't be too far off. Killing Saint Venerable said loudly, if Zhu Qiwu's Shattered Star Law is used at full power, it's not much worse than the first-tier laws. Holy Saint Venerable Hao looked into the distance, as if he wanted to see the distant starry sky through infinite distance. I told him before to enter the other shore realm as soon as possible, and he really did it. Heavenly Saint Venerable said with a smile, after a while, after the starry sky fishmen come to visit, we can take action. Killing Saint Venerable's eyes rose with killing intent. Our human race hasn't moved for many years, it's time to show our blade. Otherwise, others will only know that our human race is a strong race, but they don't know how strong we are. At this time, a ray of light flew from a distance, ignoring any obstacles, passing through the boundary between illusion and reality, and drilled into Heavenly Saint Venerable's head. Holy Saint Venerable Hao's eyes glowed slightly. Your soul has returned. What happened? Heavenly Saint Venerable read the memory returned by the soul. I once gave Zhu Qiwu a protective token, and when he was promoted to the other shore realm, the Abyss Dragon Demon came to his door. Holy Saint Venerable Hao and Killing Saint Venerable frowned. Being disturbed during the promotion to the other shore realm was not a good thing. Heavenly Saint Venerable smiled. It's okay, little friend Lin was there and stopped the Abyss Dragon Demon for Zhu Qiwu. The Abyss Dragon Demon was seriously injured and wanted to escape. Little friend Lin activated the token and killed him. Killing Saint Venerable showed a shocked look. Impossible, little friend Lin's combat power is strong, but compared to the other shore realm, it's still much worse. Holy Saint Venerable Hao agreed with Killing Saint Venerable's view this time. Even with the golden sword and myriad colors water, he can only protect himself at most. Heavenly Saint Venerable chuckled. Killing enemies doesn't necessarily have to rely on brute force, you can also use your brain. Little friend Lin is very smart. Although I don't know the whole process of the battle, I can see that the Abyss Dragon Demon suffered a great loss in little friend Lin's hands. I feel that the Abyss Dragon Demon was once severely injured, and his soul has not recovered. His strength can only be regarded as half another shore realm at most. Although little friend Lin won, there is now a new trouble. Killing Saint Venerable asked strangely, isn't the Abyss Dragon Demon dead? What other trouble is there? Heavenly Saint Venerable pointed his finger and projected the picture in his mind out of thin air. In the picture, a ball of dark green abyss fire was burning fiercely, and a fight character was looming in it. Killing Saint Venerable asked strangely, isn't this the Abyss Demon Venerable's origin rune? Holy Saint Venerable Hao shook his head, it's not the main body, it's just an avatar. Do you mean that the Abyss Dragon Demon possesses this origin rune? Heavenly Saint Venerable nodded, that's right, the Abyss Demon Venerable should also know that little friend Lin possesses the origin rune. If I'm not mistaken, the Abyss Demon Venerable will try to take his origin rune next. Killing Saint Venerable's expression suddenly changed, isn't that troublesome? That guy's methods are hard to guard against. Several Saint Venerables had dealt with the Abyss Demon Venerable and knew his abilities, so they were quite afraid of him. They were not afraid of a head-on confrontation, the trouble was only the other party's dark methods. It was also impossible for them to stay by Lin Mo's side all the time. Holy Saint Venerable Hao said in a low voice, we have to think of a way. Killing Saint Venerable simply said directly, let little friend Lin return to the Divine City, as long as he is in the Divine City, that guy will have no way to deal with him. Holy Saint Venerable Hao denied Killing Saint Venerable's idea, no, this will interfere with little friend Lin. Killing Saint Venerable snorted, if he loses his life, what interference are you talking about? Heavenly Saint Venerable and Holy Saint Venerable Hao had the same view, Holy Saint Venerable Hao is right, we must not interfere with little friend Lin. We have done similar things before, and our predecessors also tried to cultivate geniuses who surpassed us, but the results were all failures. Don't forget what War God said, War God saw destiny at that time. Killing Saint Venerable stopped talking, he actually knew these reasons, but he also knew that Lin Mo would be very dangerous. He gritted his teeth, then what do you say, what should we do? Holy Saint Venerable Hao said in a low voice, we still have a few destiny stones, I will refine a protective talisman for him. Heavenly Saint Venerable added, that's not enough, I remember there should be a few substitute death puppets in the warehouse, take one for little friend Lin. Killing Saint Venerable said in a low voice, I will split a trace of my soul to protect him once. At this time, a fourth voice suddenly sounded, I will draw an ancient talisman to protect little friend Lin. Holy Saint Venerable Hao's face lit up, Talisman Saint Venerable is here. The former old ancestor of the Shu family, the current Talisman Saint Venerable, stepped forward at this moment. Around him, an ancient talisman rotated and flew, exuding an ancient aura, setting him off like someone from ancient times. Talisman Saint Venerable bowed slightly to the three of them, Shu, I have seen the three fellow Taoists. Heavenly Saint Venerable laughed, fellow Taoist Shu has entered the Tao with talismans, congratulations, your future achievements will definitely surpass us. Talisman Saint Venerable was extremely humble, it's just different paths leading to the same goal. I just realized an ancient talisman, called Soul Cleansing Talisman. Although the Soul Cleansing Talisman is only a second-class ancient talisman, this talisman is most suitable for dealing with the dark methods of the Abyss Demon Venerable. If we add the Golden Rule of Celestial Saint, the Destiny Illusion of Grand Saint, and a substitute puppet, we can guarantee complete safety. Although Saint Fu had never dealt with the Abyss Demon Lord, he was extremely knowledgeable about some of its methods. After he explained the effect of the Soul Cleansing Talisman, the other saints all showed joy, and their previous worries disappeared. Killing Saint urged, then what are we waiting for? Let's do it quickly. Chapter 1779, It's hard not to take shortcuts. In the ancestral land of the demon race, fire rain began to fall. Hellfire and abyss fire merged together, forming a peculiar flame that was both green, black, and blood-like. The flames fell, destroying countless buildings, and countless demons were injured or even killed. The demons looked terrified, each one at a loss. Unlike the festive atmosphere in the human world, a large number of disasters suddenly appeared in the demon world, and a sad atmosphere swept across the entire demon territory. When a god falls, at most it just rains. But when a transcendent realm falls, it brings disaster. Before, there was a torrential rain, and many gods died. Now the heavy rain has turned into fire rain, does this mean a transcendent realm has fallen? How many years has it been? How many years since a transcendent realm has fallen? Did their lifespan end, or were they killed? Many older demons knew more than the younger ones and could roughly guess what had happened. In the Demon King city, a voice roared with anger. Within the demon race, two terrifying beings sat on the throne. One was the Hell Demon Lord, the supreme being of the Hell lineage. The other was the Abyss Demon Lord, the supreme being of the Abyss lineage. Both of them were saints, with immense power. The Hell Demon Lord came from the thousand-headed lion demon, with a lion-like appearance, covered in fleshy bumps, each bump resembling an independent head, making him look extremely terrifying. As for the Abyss Demon Lord, his whole body was shrouded in dark green abyss fire. No one knew his appearance, and no one knew his origin. Below them were hundreds of demons, including saints and peak gods, each one incredibly powerful, emitting an astonishing aura. The Abyss Demon Lord's voice was extremely hoarse, like 10,000 worms crawling on the ground, giving a creepy feeling. Abyss Dragon Demon was killed by Celestial Saint of the human race. The 10th fortress of the Vermilion Bird battlefield was also destroyed by the human race, and none of the demons inside were able to escape. The ones who attacked were Lin Mo and Zhu Qiwu. Zhu Qiwu should have become a transcendent realm. I have already heard the celebratory voices from the human race. The Hell Demon Lord said in a low voice, "Now is not the time to start a war with the human race, but this revenge cannot go unpunished." Pass down my order, all demons in the 4 battlefields, suspend the collection of resources and fully hunt down the human race. Deploy the army to cooperate, I want to sprinkle the battlefield with the blood of the human race. Saying that, he looked at the Abyss Demon Lord, who was shaking the abyss fire. You don't have to worry about me, you can do whatever you want, I won't object. Although now is not the time to start a war with the human race, the revenge for the Abyss Dragon Demon cannot go unpunished, I will personally take care of this matter. The Hell Demon Lord nodded. Okay, pay attention to your limits, don't touch the bottom line of the human race, you understand. The Abyss Demon Lord let out a sinister laugh. Of course I know, then I'll leave the next things to you, I'm only avenging personal grudges and won't affect you. After saying that, the figure of the Abyss Demon Lord twisted and disappeared. Vermilion Bird battlefield, in the void, 100 billion kilometers away from the 10th fortress. Zhu Qiwu sat cross-legged, his aura constantly sublimating, and the power of laws was fully transforming into the power of rules. His soul had completely entered the 5th grade, turning entirely purple, looking like a beautiful jade. The soul entered the transcendent realm before the physical body. Now he was just waiting for the laws to be transformed, and the soul and body to merge into one, to achieve transcendence. Time passed by, and after waiting for another half a day, the last trace of law finally transformed into the power of rules. Zhu Qiwu's body bloomed with dazzling light, and around his body, the starry sky collapsed automatically because it could not withstand the power of rules. At this moment, the soul re-entered the body and merged with the physical body. A powerful aura soared into the sky, and the law river under his feet quickly shrank and entered his body. Zhu Qiwu's body shook violently, and his physical body began to strengthen. It rapidly reached God King First Order, and then God King Third Order. In the next period of time, the physical body will continue to strengthen, and will not stop until it reaches God King Sixth Order. As the realm reaches the transcendent realm, the star river laws automatically integrate into the body, continuously stimulating and strengthening the physical body. It is precisely because of this that cultivators in the great world basically do not actively cultivate the physical body. Almost everyone believes that the physical body only needs to be strong enough to carry the soul. As the realm improves, the physical body will naturally strengthen, and there is no need to deliberately cultivate it. The most important thing is that physical body cultivation is too slow and difficult to produce results. Instead of wasting life, it is better to specialize in the soul and move towards a higher realm. The Law River did not disappear, but all merged into the body, and the power of the Law River can be mobilized at any time. Law is the foundation of rules, and the Law River contains endless power of law, which can be continuously converted into rules. The power of the transcendent realm will be endless. As long as the rhythm is controlled, there is almost no need to consider the problem of exhausting power. Moreover, various restriction-type spells are difficult to restrict the transcendent realm. The transcendent realm is self-contained, self-sufficient, and does not need to rely on the outside world. Zhu Qiwu slowly opened his eyes, and Lin Mo said sincerely, "Congratulations, Senior, on stepping into the transcendent realm. I wish Senior would achieve Saint as soon as possible, and possess the power to destroy the world." The first half of the sentence was decent, but the second half was directly out of shape. Zhu Qiwu didn't know whether to thank Lin Mo or scold Lin Mo. He glanced around and frowned. Someone has been here. The shattered star ring collapsed, and there was the aura of a great battle everywhere. Lin Mo responded and returned the Grand Saint's token to Zhu Qiwu. "Abyss Dragon Demon came, I used the Celestial Saint's token to destroy him." Zhu Qiwu said in a low voice, Abyss Dragon Demon actually attacked us. Transcendent realms cannot attack casually, this is the rule. It's just that Abyss Dragon Demon was so unruly, exceeding Zhu Qiwu's expectations. Lin Mo casually said, actually, it's nothing, that guy has a grudge against me, and came under the guise of seeking revenge. Unfortunately, he didn't expect to encounter the Celestial Saint's token and was killed, body and soul destroyed. Zhu Qiwu chuckled, indeed unlucky, that guy was seriously injured once, and his combat power is more than half weaker than ordinary transcendent realms. Instead of continuing to live, it's better to die simply. I ask you, this time watching me step on the blood path and enter the transcendent realm, what insights do you have? Lin Mo's eyes showed a trace of hesitation. Senior Zhu, I don't know if I should say some things. Zhu Qiwu looked at Lin Mo strangely. When did you become so hesitant? Of Qianzhao, spit it out. Lin Mo thought for a while before opening his mouth. I feel that the method of stepping on the shore of blood is a shortcut. Zhu Qiwu laughed loudly. I thought it was something, it turned out to be this. You were right, it is indeed a shortcut. Are you worried that taking shortcuts will affect the future, right? Lin Mo nodded slightly, he really thought so. Zhu Qiwu explained, perhaps there will really be an impact, but it will not affect the achievement of Saint. As for the higher and farther road, you won't be able to reach it. Lin Mo trembled violently, won't be able to reach it. Zhu Qiwu shook his head, I only heard Grand Saint mention it occasionally, I don't know the specific information, only when you reach Saint can you understand. Stepping on the shore of blood is indeed a shortcut, relying on external force, how can it not be a shortcut? But if you don't take this shortcut, if you want to achieve transcendence, it's hard. Zhu Qiwu sighed, with some helplessness. Chapter 1780. New and old grudges, settle them together. An old man and a young man sat in the silent starry sky, chatting for a long time. After becoming a Beyond Realm expert, Zhu Qiwu's strength greatly improved, but his personality didn't change at all. He was taciturn and extremely aloof towards outsiders, making him difficult to approach. But once he was with someone he recognized, he could talk endlessly. Zhu Qiwu told Lin Mo many things. He knew very well that the blood road to the other shore was a shortcut, but also a shortcut that had to be chosen. The human race needed Beyond Realm experts, and even more so, they needed Saint Sovereigns. Even in the present day, the human race was already strong enough, stronger than any other race. In Zhu Qiwu's words, in one-on-one combat, no race in the great world dared to clamor in front of the human race. Even the current demon race was weaker than the human race. Don't look at how lively they were usually, if they really fought with the human race, they would only be defeated. But the human race's enemies were not just the demon race, but also other races in the great world. Once the human race and the demon race went to war, needless to say, other races would definitely help the demon race and launch an attack on the human race. They would not sit idly by and watch the human race become the sole superpower. Even to suppress the human race, the disaster of 100,000 years ago might be repeated. In other words, the human race was strong, but not absolutely the strongest. If the various races joined forces, the human race would also be defeated. Therefore, the human race needed a large number of Beyond Realm experts and a large number of Saint Sovereigns. Saint Sovereigns were currently the top combat power in the great world. As long as there were enough Saint Sovereigns, the human race might truly become the strongest in the great world. 847 If he didn't choose the shortcut of the blood road to the other shore, Zhu Qiwu might need thousands of years to complete the Lost Star River, or even never complete it. In that case, the human race would not only lose a Beyond Realm expert, but also very likely lose a Saint Sovereign. Zhu Qiwu's goal was to become a Saint Sovereign and increase the strongest combat power for the human race. So even if he knew it was a shortcut, he had no choice but to choose it. Not only the human race, but other races also made the same choice. The human race was afraid of the disaster of 100,000 years ago being repeated, and other races were also afraid of the human race becoming the sole superpower. Although in recent years, there have been no more large-scale wars between the races, undercurrents were surging, and the races were all competing. The great world was extremely cruel, survival of the fittest, sailing against the current, if you don't advance, you retreat. Even if you want to shrink back, if you don't have the strength, you will eventually be found and eliminated. The higher-ups of the human race have always had a sense of urgency. Even the Saint Sovereigns have been preparing for a rainy day, fearing that the disaster of 100,000 years ago would be repeated. If it hadn't been for Xiao Zontian's sudden emergence at that time, the human race would have been removed from the great world. Zhu Qiwu explained the causes and consequences thoroughly, and Lin Mo had a more macro understanding of the overall situation of the great world and the entire human race. Throughout the entire narrative, Zhu Qiwu also revealed some information that outsiders could not possibly know. Because of his special status, Zhu Qiwu possessed some special information. He trusted Lin Mo, so he didn't avoid it. After the disaster of 100,000 years ago, the god of war, Xiao Zontian, stood tall, single-handedly severing the near-ancient era and opening a new era for the entire great world. It was not difficult for Xiao Zontian to destroy a race alone. Xiao Zontian did indeed do so. Some small races that invaded the human race back then were personally destroyed by him. Even powerful races such as the Golden Eagle race and the Demon race were forced to shrink back by Xiao Zontian. At that time, it was the era that belonged to Xiao Zontian. For some special reasons, Xiao Zontian did not destroy the Demon race, the Golden Eagle race, and some other powerful races. Zhu Qiwu was not clear about the specific reasons. However, Xiao Zontian also made an arrangement, provoking hatred between the races. At that time, there was no hatred between the Demon race and the Golden Eagle race, but from some unknown time, there was hatred between the two races, and they began to conquer each other. As time went by, the accumulated hatred became deeper and deeper, and evolved into a hereditary feud. Not only the Golden Eagle race and the Demon race, but also some other powerful races, inexplicably generated hatred between each other and began to fight each other. In this way, the races began to consume each other, and also gave the human race a chance to rise again. As for how Xiao Zontian did it, no one knew. Zhu Qiwu's eyes were filled with contemplation. Perhaps the palace master of the God of War Palace would know some inside information, but he would not say it. The Saint Sovereigns believe that although hatred has been established between the races, if the human race is too strong, they can still put aside their hatred and deal with the human race together. Just like they can temporarily put aside their hatred to form a coalition to kill you, it's the same reason. Lin Mo agreed with Zhu Qiwu's statement, and the fact was indeed so. When they discovered that the human race truly posed a threat to them, they could completely put aside their former hatred. Even those races that had no hatred with the human race, such as the Bull Demon race, might join the ranks of conquering the human race. Lin Mo said in a low voice, in the final analysis, we have to truly scare them, cripple them, and kill them, then this great world can be peaceful. Zhu Qiwu sighed, yes, but it's very difficult. A cold light flashed in Lin Mo's eyes. It's difficult, but it doesn't mean it can't be done. I don't know why the God of War didn't continue to do it back then. If I can reach the Saint Sovereign one day, I will definitely wield my blade against the races. New hatred and old grudges, I will settle them all together. Zhu Qiwu chuckled, the races have already felt the threat you pose, so they will not allow you to grow. You may face greater threats. Lin Mo didn't care. He had been killing his way out since he changed jobs. The blood road had already formed under his feet, and it wasn't even a blood road, but a mountain of corpses and a sea of blood. The number of people he had killed was more than the vast majority of divine sovereigns in the human race. Zhu Qiwu felt Lin Mo's killing intent and couldn't help but laugh. I know you're not afraid, but you still have to be careful. To deal with you, perhaps the Beyond Realm experts of the races will shamelessly take action. Keep the token of Saint Sovereign Hao, it may be useful. Zhu Qiwu threw the token of Saint Sovereign Hao back to Lin Mo. Now that Zhu Qiwu had successfully advanced to the other shore, with his combat power, unless a Saint Sovereign personally took action, it would be difficult for ordinary other shore realm experts to kill him. If a Saint Sovereign took action, merely relying on a token of a Saint Sovereign would not be of much use. It would be better to give it to Lin Mo, maybe it could play a role. Lin Mo was not polite and put the token away. Zhu Qiwu asked, boy, where are you going next? Lin Mo thought for a while, first go back to the Vermilion Bird Star region, maybe go to the Small World to take a look, and then go to the White Tiger Star region. Zhu Qiwu said, I also have to go back to the Divine City. In the blink of an eye, I have been away from the Divine City for more than 2,000 years. His voice and eyes revealed nostalgia, like an old man who had been away from home for a long time, beginning to miss his homeland, missing the people there. Lin Mo smiled slightly, then we will meet again if we are destined. I hope you can achieve Saint Sovereign as soon as possible. You brat, you really dare to think. Zhu Qiwu didn't know whether to laugh or cry. He had just become a Beyond Realm expert and hadn't even stood firm yet, and he was already thinking about Saint Sovereign. But he also knew that Lin Mo was joking with him. Suddenly, a ball of flame lit up in the starry sky. The flame was extremely dim, emitting a deep and dark green color. This kind of green made people feel heavy in their hearts. It had already turned green to black. Zhu Qiwu's expression changed drastically. Not good, it's the Abyss Demon Sovereign. From the flames, a gloomy and hoarse voice flew out. None of you can go anywhere.